Take your time and test our selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, Certa Perfect Sleeper, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Yeah, sure, you say that, but come on.
What?
Where the heck is everybody?
Hassleist really is employee-free.
Okay.
So we can sell mattresses for way less. Like the Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Elm Cove B Queen. Others sell it for $12.99, but Hassleist has it for $8.42. Plus, check out our super low pricing on Sealy Posturepedic, Certa Perfect Sleeper, and more.
Yes, but...
And through Monday, get an extra $248 credit just for shopping local.
Well, that's great, but I just have one question.
What's that?
Where the heck is everybody?
Open 9 to 9. Find an honest-to-goodness, employee-free showroom near you at Hassleist.com. Hassleist, employee-free since 2014.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
As a dairy farmer, you depend on your milk receiver pump. McFinn Technologies of Kenosha introduces the impressive Bopeller pump. It's quieter, there's lower maintenance, as the seals last much longer than your old milk receiver pump. It offers a more powerful cleaning cycle with higher velocities, and it doesn't degrade the quality of your milk. Ask your dealer for the Bopeller milk receiver pump. Patented by McFinn Technologies, an American company committed to providing a better product for the dairy industry.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas, also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Visit 1-800-SPASale.com.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Tonight, the Bucks are kicking it against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
Lillard going to fire up a three. Tees up a beauty from the right wing as he rips the corners from the right wing.
Our coverage of the game starts tonight at 6. We are your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Friday, November 8th, our top story, averting disaster in Kenosha.
I'm Mike Spaulding in for Eric Bilstad, and historic first in the West Wing.
I'm Debbie Loziga, starting off with a little bit of action. We got a broken down semi on northbound 43, just north of Daphne Road. In other words, right before you get to Good Hope Road off-ramp. So careful with that. A little bit of a backup around there. Otherwise, we're looking actually pretty good. The rest of the system is nice and quiet. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, another nice one today. Mostly sunny, mild temperatures, high of 58. Mostly clear skies tonight. Inland low will dip down to the mid-30s, be a little bit warmer by Lake Michigan. Right now, 45 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, community members, police lauded for preventing a school shooting in Kenosha. 13-year-old student in custody accused of bringing a gun to his former elementary school with the intention of shooting.
The suspect is a Mahone Middle School student who tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School while carrying a suspicious bag just after 9 a.m. Thursday. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
The investigation revealed that the suspect shared videos and made several comments to fellow students for weeks.
Those videos show the suspect holding a rifle, which police believe may have been inside the suspicious bag. Kenosha Unified School District Superintendent Dr. Jeff Weiss thanking staff
who bravely stopped the individual and ask questions that cause the individual to question their choices and flee.
Jessica Gatzo, WTMJ News.
Other schools were placed on secure hold during the investigation, with police at all county schools during dismissal.
President-elect Donald Trump making his first official appointment, that being to Susan Summerall Wiles. She'll be his White House chief of staff. ABC's Catherine Falders.
Susie has been at the campaign for many years, since the beginning. The question is, how does she transition that role from a role in the campaign into the White House, managing the Oval Office? Will she be able to do that effectively with her boss in the West Wing? That is the big question, and we'll see how her management style is and if she's effective in that way.
Weil is set to be the first female chief of staff in the West Wing.
Federal judge ruling in favor of a Republican-led effort to dismantle a Biden administration plan to shield some undocumented immigrants from deportation.
A federal judge has struck down a Biden administration program known as Keeping Families Together. It aimed to let undocumented spouses and stepchildren of U.S. citizens apply for legal status without leaving the country and facing a 10-year ban from returning. A coalition of 16 Republican-led states filed a lawsuit arguing in part that the administration had overstepped its authority to grant relief through a process known as parole in place. DHS says nearly 500,000 spouses were eligible for the program. Armando Garcia, ABC News.
Changes could be on the way to absentee voting in the Badger State. Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News that absentee votes should be counted sooner during an election.
So I think this is one of those examples where common sense is going to prevail. We want to have election results quicker. So I think most Wisconsinites would say if we can do it in a way where there's clear chance to observe what's happening, which it would be, it's done in a way that's totally transparent, which it would be, why would we not do that?
Wisconsin is just one of 2 states that does not allow the counting of absentee ballots prior to Election Day.
Milwaukee's absentee votes responsible for Senator Tammy Baldwin securing another term as a U.S. Senator. TMJ4's chief political reporter Charles Benson telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News it all came down to what he calls the Milwaukee swing.
When that absentee ballot, the central count vote comes in, the election swings, and it did in 2020, and it did in 2024 in the U.S. Senate race, because before the Milwaukee vote was in, Tammy Baldwin was down by 40, 50,000. Eric Hovde was up. Then it swings to Tammy Baldwin.
In 2020, President-elect Trump lost to President Biden through the Milwaukee swing, but in 24, the president-elect prevailed.
A WTMJ exclusive. The president of the Leinenkugel Brewing Company now talking about the decision by Molson Coors to close the 157-year-old brewery in Chippewa Falls.
If you want to sum up the reaction, it's just sadness.
Tony Buger is the president of Leinenkugel Brewing. He's also a 6th-generation member of the family. His mom was the first brewery tour guide in the 1960s.
It means more when it's your family, so it's really difficult. For the decision to be made to stop production, it's very heavy and it's very emotional.
Buger hopes that employees who want to work in Milwaukee will be offered jobs at Molson Coors downtown. John Mercure, WTMJ News.
Coming up, an Election Day ballot measure that would have created a 51st state. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Hey, WTMJ's Eric Vilstead here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
We're thrilled to have the one and only Will Pounder.
I don't know what that means.
Labeled or known as being a big baguette.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
It's a super affordable family fish fry Friday at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Do not pay $16 or more for your fish fry. The Mine Chef fish fry is just $7.99, and it's all you can eat. You deserve it. After a long week, relax with a cold beverage and a great fish fry. Kids menu starts at $3.99, and they can safely play in that huge game room quietly tucked aside from the dining area while you finish up, maybe have an after-dinner drink. I repeat, hard to believe, the Mine Chef's all-you-can-eat fish fry is $7.99. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. The Mine Chef in beautiful downtown Hartford. And near the EAA in Oshkosh, tons of seating, lots of close parking. Reserve now for your Friday $7.99 all-you-can-eat fish fry, serving from 11 a.m. Get there early. I love that fish fry. Your Saturday steak dinner is under $20. Sunday brunch under $15. What a value. mindchefrestaurant.com.
The next time you're due for service, visit richlands.com to schedule an appointment at any of our 5 conveniently located facilities.
All AAA approved and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to serve you.
Richlands. Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Bucks break that bad streak. We've got sports at 6:15.
Police in the Netherlands have arrested dozens of people after an Israeli and Dutch leader condemned attack on Israelis attending a soccer match in Amsterdam. CBS's Lauren Camito has more.
The clashes in the Dutch capital followed last night's soccer match between Tel Aviv's Maccabi team and Amsterdam's Ajax club, after which police said they held 57 people as pro-Palestinian demonstrators tried to reach the stadium. Amsterdam authorities had earlier forbidden them to protest there. Police said there were no reported incidents after the match, but clashes erupted in the city center over the night.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says 2 planes have been directed to bring its citizens home.
California Governor Gavin Newsom declaring a state of emergency now for Ventura County. Firefighters battling a blaze that has grown to more than 20,000 acres, destroyed at least 130 structures, mostly homes. Somebody who lives there here, this is a woman who lost her home.
Everything lost, everything gone. All my memories, all my life was there. For 28 years there.
Wildfire is said to be only 5% contained. The cause of the fire, which started Wednesday, still unknown.
A bit of a shock on Election Day Tuesday when residents of 7 counties in Illinois voted to consider forming a new state. More from News Nation's Bob Kessler.
Voters in Iroquois, Calhoun, Clinton, Greene, Jersey, Madison, and Perry counties all passed the measure. At least 21 of Illinois' 102 counties also voted in favor of secession discussions in the 2020 and 2022 elections. Voters in support of the idea say Chicago and Cook County hold too much sway in policies enacted by the state legislature and don't line up with rural voters. Attorney General Kwame Raoul shot down the idea, saying counties don't have the authority to secede.
Raoul says that any referendum on the issue of county secession would have no binding legal effect.
Coming up, we were right, and so many of you were too. News is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist. Retire well with Kowal.
As life changes, your needs change too, which is why it's so important to work with a financial advisor who understands your needs as you approach retirement or if you're already there. Hi, I'm Jeff Kowal of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist. We understand retirement planning because retirement is what we do. For over 36 years, we've been helping our clients retire on their terms with our streamlined retirement process. We go beyond investment management to truly understand you, your goals, your concerns, and your vision of retirement. Our process is designed to help you get the most out of your lifetime of hard work and retire well. If you're close to or already in retirement and have $750,000 or more in investable assets, now is the time to meet with our fiduciary advisors. Give our office a call today at 262-522-4040, 262-522-4040, or visit thekowalway.com to schedule your no-obligation retirement review.
Kowal Investment Group is a registered investment advisor.
At 6:10, how's morning drive look, Deb?
Well, we're still dealing with this issue northbound 43, just north of Daphne. We've got a broken down semi that is blocking the right lane right now. So you can get by on the left side, but still, it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze through there. Other than that, we've actually got a relatively quiet ride across the rest of the system. No other issues to report. I'm Debbie Lozgo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. That sunshine yesterday will carry into today. Mostly sunny skies and just a few high clouds this afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 50s. Tonight, mostly clear to partly cloudy. Low temperatures in the 30s, inland lower 40s by the lake. We'll look at increasing clouds throughout the day on Saturday as the daytime hours stay dry with temperatures in the mid-50s. We will look at the chance for showers arriving Saturday night. A few of those will linger into Sunday as well with mostly cloudy skies and breezy winds. High temperatures on Sunday near 60. Monday brings in partly cloudy skies. High temperatures in the upper 50s. Tuesday, mostly sunny with high temperatures in the lower 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore. The Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 45 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
At 6:11 on a Friday morning, we have unfinished business.
Was that you calling it to order?
Let's call to order. We have unfinished business. Robert's Rules of Order. Mike Spaulding in for Eric Bilstead this morning. Good to see you, Mike.
Happy to be part of the show.
So, Robert's Rules of Order for Parliamentary Procedure. Unfinished business. These are the items that have been carried over from last meeting that must now be addressed at this meeting.
Point of order.
Thank you.
What is your point of order? The point of order is you're out of order. It's not on the agenda.
Yeah, well, it is on the agenda. Today, unfinished business. Want to quickly rip through a couple of stories that we covered at length on the program on Thursday. Eric off today, but he's decided this, Mike, will be the theme song for our Mitchell Park Domes coverage.
I cannot hear the song and not think of the domes now.
Right,
so.
At least one of those domes is steamy. The
synonymous
tropical dome, right? Yeah. The measure discussed on Thursday's program to ultimately transfer control of the Mitchell Park Domes to the Friend of the Dome support group and then chip in $30 million by the county to reimagine Mitchell Park and the conservatory there, passed unanimously by the county board.
What this is the county officially taking a position saying, yes, we want to save the domes. Yes, we want to do it in partnership with Friends of the Domes, and we see that this is a viable path forward.
That's the executive director of Friends of the Domes, Krista Beal-Diefenbach, on Wisconsin's Morning News Thursday. So that plan, $124 million in all, is moving forward.
Point of order.
Point of order. Other unfinished business this morning, Mike. We were right. Were you playing along as you listened to the program?
I was going to text in, but then Mike from the south side of Milwaukee.
Hey, I'm Mike on the south side.
Weighs in.
It's given the riddle that we solved here on Wisconsin's Morning News about a major concert announcement at American Family Field. It is, in fact, Billy Joel and Sting. The riddle we were given by a source. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member.
The law enforcement member, I think, was the one that gave it away.
Right? And then once you had the Sting piece, you could say, well, with whom has Sting performed?
Yeah.
I think they had a show, it's either tonight or yesterday in Vegas. So
warming up.
They're on tour together, indeed. Billy Joel and Sting.
This is like one of the bigger shows of that tour, though, right? This is the only, did I hear that right from Rick Schlesinger yesterday? This is the only ballpark that the two are going to be playing, so that's kind of cool for Milwaukee.
Put a lot of people in there.
A lot of
at American Family Field. Tickets, let me get you that information. The show will be April 26th of next year. Tickets go on sale to the general public a week from today.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment and National Fire Sprinkler Association. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
You know when you thought something wasn't a big deal and then later you regret not addressing it sooner? Vince Vitrano for my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. You know, injuries sometimes are like that. Sports, yard work, maybe a fall. It happens and you're like, nah, I'm good. Or your young athlete comes home and that sports injury is not getting better and it's the weekend. No more waiting till Monday or spending the weekend in the ER paying big hospital prices. Visit the experts in orthopedic care without an appointment 7 days a week. Even fractures are not too big for them to handle. Both Pewaukee and Brookfield locations have x-rays available on site. Monday through Saturday in Pewaukee, Sunday through Friday in Brookfield. Walk right in or book an appointment online at orthoasap.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Finally, we get a W for your Milwaukee Bucks.
Here's a steal. Lillard knocks it away, picked up by Giannis. Here's Jackson, lobbing to Giannis on the other side, and he punches it through on a beautiful alley-oop Ajax to the freak, and Giannis finishes with the best.
In a matchup of two 1-6 teams at Fiserv Forum Thursday, your Bucks emerged victorious over the Utah Jazz, 123-100. Giannis finished with 31 points and 16 rebounds. He just played just about 30 minutes. Meanwhile, his partner in crime, Dame Lillard,
pulls up just inside the arc, knocks it down. Damian Lillard, automatic right there himself. He's got 31.
Lillard ultimately
all scores tonight.
Thank you, Dave Kane. Ultimately, Lillard ended with 34 points in the win. Bucks and head coach Doc Rivers trying something new Thursday, and you heard his name called, Ajax. That's Andre Jackson Jr. He made his first appearance in the starting lineup this season. Doc said the move was made in an effort to energize the team and put a little spark in the starting five.
Andre Jackson Jr. ties his career high with 4 assists in his first start of the season. Just what head coach Doc Rivers has been looking for.
Playing kind of that connector role. I was wondering how important is it to have connectors when you have 2 top 10 scorers?
That was the other reason that went into starting him. I was sitting there with my coach. I said, can I have one guy in the lineup that's not trying to score, but knows how to play and get to the right spot? And he did exactly that. He ended up scoring points, but he did it through being a connector. Most of the time, it was phenomenal.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter Carter, WTMJ Sports.
The Bucks are now 2-6 on the season. No rest for the Bucks, though. Back at it in New York against the Knicks tonight. Coverage on WTMJ starts after the 6 o'clock news.
College basketball to be inside the cozy confines of the Al McGuire Center tonight. Marquette hosts George Mason University, 8 p.m. tip. Wisconsin beat Montana State Thursday night 79-67. And the Panthers fell to, the Panthers. Northern Iowa Panthers over UW Milwaukee Panthers 87-68. No football this weekend.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. It means the Badgers are off tomorrow and the Packers are off Sunday, both on a bye. That was poorly timed. Couldn't they have collaborated or something?
Bucky what are we going to do?
Right. Well, here's what's going to happen. Bucky returns to get boat raced again in prime time. Number 1 Oregon coming to town for a 6:30 p.m. kick a week from tomorrow. Packers will return the following day. We'll get back to practice next week as they prepare to face the Bears in Chicago November 17th. But we do a Badgers volleyball back-to-back. Tonight, 6 p.m. versus Iowa at the Kohl Center. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll have the game here on WTMJ. It's a 2:30 start against number 3 Penn State. We'll get you started with the pre-match show, 2 o'clock on your home for Badgers volleyball, 620. WTMJ.
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
We are bug-free in our home. Haven't seen a bug for days. My buddy here at work, he was being invaded by box elders. Had the bug man and Queen Bee out to his place, and you noticed a difference the very next day. 5-star review. Mice and rats, you're good there too. Yes, rats. Rats is a thing in Milwaukee. You don't have to tell your neighbors or your friends because you don't like that, but you can tell the bug man and Queen Bee, and here's a special deal for you. Tell them Vinny sent you, and they'll knock 15% off the cost of your first service. This is a local, family, veteran-owned and operated company. Bugman, Queen Bee, your best pest defense. You give them a call now before the weather turns much colder and those creepy crawlies and critters turn your home into theirs. 262-633-3411, 262-633-3411, bugmanqueenbee.com.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticketfinder.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At 6:21, what's happening on the roads, Deb?
Well, we still have this issue, northbound 43. It's a broken down semi that is stuck in the right lane. Left lane is open, and northbound 43 heading past Daphne Road, just as you get to the Good Hope Road off-ramp. So careful with that. Rest of the system is actually moving along fine. I'm really not seeing any other delays or major incidents that'll affect your ride right now, so we are actually in good shape. And if you happen to see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329. Come to Hall Volkswagen for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, even through the weekend, not too bad. Mostly sunny and mild today, high 58. Can't argue with that here in November. Mostly clear. Lakeside low at 43, 36 degrees, your low temp inland. For Saturday, increasing clouds, some showers at night, and a high of 56. Sunday looks mostly good, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers, and a breezy high of 60 degrees. Right now at 45 in Milwaukee.
The main thing is right now is it was reported to us, the staff acted quickly and fast, and we were able to quickly find the individual, bring it to where the kids could all be reunited with their family, and our investigation is going to continue.
A tragedy thwarted in Kenosha Thursday. The Kenosha Police Department says it believed it stopped a potential school shooting at Roosevelt Elementary School Thursday morning. They say a 13-year-old boy walked into the school with what they describe as a, quote, suspicious bag and was also acting suspiciously. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
Suspect was intercepted by school staff members, and he fled on foot. The Kenosha Police Department saturated the area and immediately began investigating the incident. As the investigation began to unfold, we requested the assistance from the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department and the Pleasant Prairie Police Department. Our social media team, in tandem with Kenosha Unified, Kenosha County Sheriff's Department, Pleasant Prairie Police Department, posted the photo of the suspect, and we immediately asked for the community's help. We received numerous tips regarding the identity and location of the person depicted in the photo. Some of those tips guided our investigation and led to the arrest of a 13-year-old KUSD student.
Again, that's Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton. So here's how it played out yesterday. The 13-year-old walked up to the school, attempted to gain access into the school through various doors. He found them all locked. He then went to the front door, so he was able to either just open that front door or he was buzzed in. At that point, he was in an entrance area, like that vestibule between like the front door and then the actual doors to let you into the school building. You know, when you walk into a school, it's like your left-hand side. Normally you'll have the big window. The secretaries are there. You give them your ID, check in. You speak at schools. You know what it looks like.
Walk into school all the time. If you have kids at school and have gone to pick them up or done anything in school, yes, you can get in those first doors, but then someone is there behind the glass to make sure that when they let you into the rest of the school, right, it's somebody who's cleared to do that.
So that's what happened. He was then confronted by school staff members. I believe the superintendent said it ultimately was a teacher. When they questioned him what the boy was doing, he then fled on foot. He was arrested a couple hours later. Again, tragedy averted. So what stuck out to me on this story, Vince, were a couple of things. One was the way that the school staff acted, letting the boy into the secure area, questioning him, then confronting him. That's exactly what they're supposed to do, and they've learned through training, as said by District Superintendent Jeffrey Weiss.
Student safety is a top priority, and our safety measures are designed to provide a safe learning and working environment. Our buildings with secured entrances, like Roosevelt, provide us with an extra layer of protection. I want to acknowledge our staff who acted quickly and engaged law enforcement so they could do their part to detain the suspect. They may not have known in the exact moment what was happening, but their actions were heroic and prevented the unfathomable. The support that followed from the Kenosha Police Department, the Kenosha Sheriff's Department, Pleasant Prairie Police Department, Mayor Bogdala, and all other surrounding law enforcement agencies was nothing short of astounding.
The other thing that stuck out to me was something that you heard the police chief say just a few minutes ago regarding who helped out with this incident.
Social media team, in tandem with Kenosha Unified, Kenosha County Sheriff's Department, Pleasant Prairie Police Department, posted the photo of the suspect, and we immediately asked for the community's help.
The social media team, Chief Patton says, because the suspect had posted a video of himself on social media.
We can confirm that we received at least one video depicting the suspect holding what we believe is a firearm. We also have information that the suspect performed multiple internet searches related to school shootings prior to the incident. The video will show the suspect walking with what we believe to be a rifle. He manipulates the rifle and appears to be practicing room entry techniques. It was this video, coupled with some of the aforementioned information we had today, that drove our massive response by law enforcement.
So you can't see the video here on the radio, obviously, but we did get a peek at what they looked like. The Kenosha Police Department did show the videos at that press conference at 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, and it's exactly as he describes. there was a camera set up like you would do a TikTok dance, essentially, like on the floor, angled up, and you could see the boy walking back and forth and aiming the gun and doing all those types of things. He was eventually arrested again about 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon.
But that's one of the reasons you got to stay in touch with your kids and make sure that if they're not comfortable coming to you or comfortable coming forward publicly, there are channels in virtually every school district to report things anonymously when you see this stuff on social media. They're in a position also to police themselves about things that they see that disturb them and make sure they're properly investigated. Tragedy averted indeed in Kenosha. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average remained largely flat, down about a point to 43,729. The NASDAQ was up big again, more than 1.5%, closed at 19,269. S&P 500 at 5973. That was up another 44 points. Elections have consequences. Is your investment and retirement plan ready for what's next? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Lola.
When I was new, I come in and sit down, and people join me. And you get to know people, talk about feeling welcome. Art class is first early in the morning. Right now, I'm also involved in being a production assistant with a theater group. Every month, they have a supper club with a different theme. First one that I went to, they had a luau. I am so lucky to have ended up in this place, and I think it's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Okay, close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose. So the way it's supposed to be is that you should be able to breathe easily. You shouldn't feel constrained. What it should feel like is air briskly flowing freely through both nasal passages, day and night. And if not, there's a problem. And it's a don't know what your problem really was until you got it fixed kind of problem. You're living with it. I mean, you're tired a lot. It might give you headaches and sinus pressure, but you're living with it. Yeah, you sound like almost every patient we help until we get their problem fixed. And then you hear them saying, why would I put up with that? Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. We're cooking more at home now. We're working out at home. We're hydrating more at home. Guthrie and Fry make sure the water in my house is crisp, clean, and clear. I've got their water softener. I've got an RO system that filters my water. I know that quality products and services at a fair price from a local company is something I can trust. That's Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. Comprehensive, reliable products, fixed rental rates, Guthrie and Fry.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Coming up on 6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Friday, November 8th. Our top story, close call at a Kenosha elementary school.
Mike Spaulding, a rate hike at the worst time.
I'm Debbie Lozica. We've still got this issue of semi that is broken down basically at the beginning of the off-ramp to Good Hope Road. Right lane is blocked with a squad there kind of helping out. So the left lane, you can get through. It's going to be a little bit tight heading through there. We got delays pretty much starting at Silver Spring. The rest of the system looking good. Debbie Lozica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny and mild today on our way to a high of 58 degrees.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A wildfire spreading across Southern California. ABC's Matt Gutman is there.
Ventura County under a state of emergency as the so-called mountain fire west of Los Angeles exploded in size. The mountain fire growing to over 20,000 acres in just 36 hours. Lower winds late Thursday allowing firefighters and fleets of helicopters to pour resources on hot spots. But at one point early on, the fire turbocharged by hurricane-force Santa Ana winds burning 2,000 acres an hour.
Jewish soccer fans in Amsterdam say they were targeted following a match in which the team from Tel Aviv was playing. Dutch and Israeli leaders denouncing the violence as anti-Semitic. 5 people were hospitalized and more than 60 people are under arrest. Trump campaign manager Susie Wiles has been tapped as President-elect Trump's chief of staff, the first woman to hold that job in the White House. Other names mentioned, possibly Florida Senator Marco Rubio to serve as Secretary of State. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, school shooting prevented in Kenosha. 13-year-old at Mahone Middle School. A student tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School just after 9 a.m. Thursday. Student entered the first door of the school's main entrance carrying what folks thought was a suspicious bag. Police believed it contained a rifle. After staff questioned the student and observed nervous behavior, he took off running. Thanks to tips from the community, police arrested him after 2 p.m. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
We can confirm that we received at least one video depicting the suspect holding what we believe is a firearm. We also have information that the suspect performed multiple internet searches related to school shootings prior to the incident.
The schools were placed on secure hold during the investigation, with police at all county schools during dismissal.
A father now charged with assaulting a Milwaukee public school teacher. According to a criminal complaint, Eddie Caldwell hit a teacher several times in the head in front of her students back on October 29th. That incident playing out at Bruce Elementary School. Caldwell allegedly threatened the teacher and pushed her against a wall. The teacher told police she recognized Caldwell as one of the fathers of her students.
Confirming a murder-suicide in McWanago, Waukesha County Medical Examiner's Office finding that both 45-year-old Vito Schwartz and 43-year-old Michelle Brown died from a gunshot wound. They concluded that Schwartz was murdered and that Brown died by suicide. McWanago police arrived at the home just before 4 p.m. on the first of the month, where they found both dead. The investigation ongoing.
Funeral services have been arranged for late Milwaukee Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. Brostoff found dead at Greenfield Park from an apparent suicide last weekend. Funeral services this morning on the campus of UW Milwaukee. Flags flying across the city at half-staff in his honor. Brostoff had served as Milwaukee's 3rd District Alderman since 2022. He also spent time in the Wisconsin State Assembly. He was there for 7 years.
Higher electric bills coming to We Energy's customers. Wisconsin Public Service Commission approved rate increases, now slightly lower than what the utility was looking for. Residential customers can expect a typical bill to cost $8 or $9 more per month in 2025 and $9 to $10 more in 2026. We Energies was looking for a rate hike that would have been about $12 per month.
Wisconsin's deer population's rebounding following a harsh winter 2 years ago. But what about chronic wasting disease? Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel outdoor editor Paul Smith telling WTMJ it was first detected back in 2002, but so far has not affected the state's deer population overall, though he says testing is still encouraged.
Somebody wants to get a deer tested, there's no cost to them. They just have to be able to take either the head into a spot or take it to a spot where somebody can take the lymph nodes out.
Smith says that if your deer tests positive with antlers or none, you can get a replacement tag for free. Gun deer season in Wisconsin begins later this month.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Make your chili perfect with Black Angus ground chuck from Sendik's, just $4.99 per pound all this week. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Coming up, an iconic internet voice passes away.
Do you have the greatest possible fire protection?
Fire sprinklers protect lives and property in your building.
Are you ensuring that your fire sprinkler system is receiving the proper care that it requires?
Just like the other systems within your building, it is essential that the fire sprinkler system be inspected, tested, and maintained.
Protect your investment and, most importantly, occupants and firefighters by incorporating a regular ITM program in your building.
For more information, visit nfsa.org.
That's nfsa.org.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Unfortunately, it's not too early to start thinking about those upcoming heating bills. At Hometown's huge New Berlin showroom, you can compare energy-efficient windows from Anderson, Pella, Marvin, and more. Like me, you'll get a dedicated project consultant to guide you to the products that best fit your home, style, and budget, along with employee carpenters who respect your home. Do what I did. Contact Hometown Windows and Doors today. Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. 414-329-1200 or online at hometownwindows.com.
If you got a tattoo, what would it be?
What?
It's a conversation starter.
Why?
For the JYS2 Conversation Sofa from Penny Mustard.
The JYS2 Conversation Sofa has a unique curve to add dimension and ease as you sit face to face and chat with your friends.
What's your biggest fear?
And it's so comfortable.
What's the silliest question you've you've ever heard.
Easy. That one.
The JYS2 Conversation Sofa, starting at $27.91 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
No Middleton, Giannis limited, but the Bucks bounce back. We've got sports at 6:45.
One of the early internet's most recognizable voices has died.
You may not know his name, but if you were on the early internet, you almost certainly know his voice.
You've got mail.
Elwood Edwards, the man behind the AOL email alert sound, died this week at his home in North Carolina. And while he also voiced other messages for the service, like
welcome
and
goodbye,
it was the You've Got Mail soundbite that Edwards came to be known for. It was even the name of a 1998 Nora Ephron romantic comedy.
You've got mail.
Edwards was 74. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
I wonder what kind of contract he signed. Like, actors and stuff, they get residuals when their things are in circulation. A little bit here, a little bit there every time there's a new rights deal signed. Like, did he get like a fraction of a penny?
Probably. What was it in Office Space? Like the 0.01 cent of every dollar spent or whatever they got.
And still would have been a real rich guy.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that it was an actual voice. I always thought it was like a computer voice. I didn't realize it was a real man.
This was before computer voices were that good.
I guess so. So I apologize to Elwood Edwards, icon that no one knew.
All these years, you didn't know.
All these years.
6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We know what you're thinking, and all we can tell you is to drive careful.
Yep, Wisconsin roads are no joke this time of year, especially when you're driving on old, worn-out tires.
Schedule yourself a tire appointment with Rich Lawns. We carry all sorts of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, Continental, and General, to name a few.
And every tire we install automatically comes with free tire mounting, free lifetime tire rotation, free flat tire repairs, and free alignment inspections.
Not to mention free wheel corrosion cleaning, lifetime warranty spin balance, and prorated tire protection.
Let's just say, if you're driving around town, especially this time of year on old, worn-out tires, you're due for tire service.
Courtney's right. And remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you have good tread on your tires, because cold, wet, icy roads are no joke. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns, and you're due for service.
Rich Lawns Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
WTMJ's Trivia Showdown for Capco Kids to Kids, brought to you by Quizmaster Trivia, is happening. Next week will be a Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa, Wednesday, November 13th. Now, this year, Mike says, come see your WTMJ hosts from Wisconsin's Morning News.
Yeah.
As Vince Vitrano and Greg Hill.
Yeah.
Pancake Hill, the producer of the program, as we square off with fans for a chance to win gift cards to Cafe Hollander. First place team will also get a 6-pack of their signature Bloody Mary glasses. So that's our Trivia Showdown, helping out Capco Kids to Kids. Once again, great partners with us in the holiday season.
Can I give a little teaser for what these prizes are? I know you kind of... First place, $150 gift card to the Lowlands group, plus those Bloody Mary glasses. Second place, $125. Third place, all you got to do... show up and get third place, $100 gift card. So thank you to our partners at Lowland Group for that. It's a great prize.
And a chance to mingle with the likes of.
Well, yeah, you also get to meet Vince Vitrano.
Hill and Vinny.
Ask them all the syrupy questions you want.
Yeah, please attend anyway. 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
After a long week, enjoy a cocktail and great fish fry at the award-winning Fox and Hound Supper Club. All other dinners are buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. WTMJ's John Mercure here with the fall colors here. The drive through the Kennemoraine Forest to the Fox and Hounds is magical. I mean, it's super special. Enjoy a tender steak, beef short ribs, pasta dishes, seafood, even the steak and lobster. Prime rib on Saturdays. Your second dinner is free. Desserts and ice cream drinks. This is a special treat. Buy one, get one free. Relax with an old-fashioned, a bourbon, a Manhattan. Choose from 100 wines, ice-cold beer. And check it out in one of their 8 unique dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive for your free dinner and witness the breathtaking fall colors. The Friday, all-you-care-to-eat fish fry is one of the best, and the Sunday brunch is magnificent. All you can eat for kids, grandkids under 3, eat for free. Escape from your kitchen tonight. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Rejuvenix. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Go to Rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
641. What do you see on the roads, Deb?
Yeah, we got delays northbound 43 from before Silver Spring all the way up to where there is a broken down semi stuck at the beginning of the Good Hope Road off-ramp. Squad is there to close off that right lane along with it, so that's why we got those big delays. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. We got relatively light volume around the area. No other incidents really to report. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Not bad for November today as we see mostly sunny skies and high temperatures in the upper 50s. Just a few upper-level clouds mixing in this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear to partly cloudy, low temperatures 30s, inland lower 40s by the lake. We'll look at temperatures climbing into the mid-50s on Saturday. Increasing clouds throughout the day, but staying dry. By Saturday evening into Saturday night, we'll see rain showers approaching from the southwest. That'll keep some scattered showers going into Sunday with high temperatures near 60, mostly cloudy and breezy. Monday, partly cloudy, upper 50s, and Tuesday, mostly sunny, high temperatures in the lower 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 45 degrees. Not at all surprised. Because this is what happens, and it's why I've chosen to pick this one instance to illustrate a larger point. Mike, because Mike's our boss technically here. Mike Spaulding in for Eric here.
Technically.
Today you are co-host.
Yes, I am. I'm a teammate today.
But we've been following for a year now this case out of Waukesha County Court of an alleged freeway shooter who once again appears to have found a way to manipulate the legal system and remain free on bail despite the serious charges against her. Thanksgiving week 1 year ago, somebody shot up a car on the freeway, eastbound lanes of I-94. It was during the morning rush. Debbie was on it. We were watching them shut down the freeway. Rosita Sims, later arrested, accused of pulling a gun with her child in the car and during a road rage moment firing off shots at another vehicle as they were approaching the Zoo interchange on the freeway. Nobody was hurt. This is the woman, Rosita Sims, now 28, who, according to the criminal complaint, uttered the infamous phrase, "I got three go-tos, a gun, a knife, or mace." In this case, it appears it was the gun.
The big three.
Yes, those are the big three weapons, yes. This happened a year ago. She changed lawyers, challenged competency, host of stalls and delays while she's been out on bail, charged with multiple felonies. She was in court Thursday for a plea and sentencing hearing. We told you that on the program. On Thursday, it suggested that finally there would be a conviction of some kind if you have a plea hearing and a sentence. But instead, reading through the court records, Sims once again trying to argue she may not be competent to stand trial, and her attorney is withdrawing from the case. So no plea, no sentence, another delay, another stall, as Sims is now requesting time to once again find another lawyer. And the court has granted her that opportunity. So we kick the can down the road again. A woman alleged to be dangerous enough to pull a gun with her kid in the car on the freeway and start firing off shots, still out, still stalling, and due once again in court later this month. Sports up next at 6:44.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
And the Bucks have won a game.
Here's Lillard. Drives inside, scissors his way through the defense, and lays it in at the cup. That has been his bread and butter tonight.
Dame and Giannis combining for 65 points in the Bucks' 123-100 win over the hapless Utah Jazz. Thursday night, a bit of a new look for the Bucks starting five. Second-year man Andre Jackson inserted into the starting lineup for the first time this season.
Andre Jackson Jr. ties his career high with 4 assists in his first start of the season. Just what head coach Doc Rivers has been looking for.
Playing kind of that connector role. I was wondering how important is it to have connectors when you have two top 10 scorers?
That was the other reason that went into starting him. I was sitting there with my coach. I said, can I have one guy in the lineup that's not trying to score, but knows how to play and get to the right spot? And he did exactly that. He ended up scoring points, but he did it through being a connector most of the time. It was phenomenal.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter Carter, WTMJ Sports.
No rest for the Bucks. Won't be lauding that win for very long. They're back in action tonight in New York, taking on the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Coverage gets underway at 6 o'clock right here on WTMJ.
College hoops, Wisconsin remains unbeaten, though untested. Beat Montana State Thursday night, 79-67. UWM 1-1 on the season now. Lost to Northern Iowa last night, 87-68. Marquette plays tonight at the Al McGuire Center. Packers fans get the weekend off. Unfortunate timing as Badger football is also on a bye. What gives?
A lot of honey-do lists this weekend, I think, are going to get
now
done.
that we have time to. Badgers host Penn State next week, and the Packers will travel to Chicago coming off their bye week. You got to have some football action, though. High school playoffs now, just a couple of games from making it to state. Division I, Arrowhead at McGuanago. Marquette will host Bayport. Muskego travels to Neenah. Division II, Homestead, the Highlanders headed to Slinger to face the Owls. Badger hosts Milton. D3, Green Bay Notre Dame coming down to Grafton. Catholic Memorial has Mount Horeb. New Berlin West and Wisconsin Lutheran. D4, Mayville, Racine St. Cat's, Columbus, Lake Mills, all still alive. I'm not doing 5, 6, or 7 yet this week because we only have so much time. I know, apologies to a few of the smaller schools from our area that are still alive. We'll hit you next week when we have a smaller field. And Badgers volleyball, Iowa tonight at the Kohl Center. Tomorrow's game, 2 p.m. broadcast time right here on WTMJ as the Lady Badgers host the number 3 team in the land, Penn State. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here along with producer of Wisconsin's Morning News, Greg Pancake Hill.
Join us as we kick off the Trivia Showdown competition where you can play trivia against or with your favorite WTMJ personalities like us.
We'll be at Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa Wednesday, November 13th, kicking off the Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive.
Trivia starts at 7. We will see you at Cafe Hollander in Tosa Wednesday, November 13th, presented by Quizmaster Trivia.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
I misspoke. Badgers have Oregon. Boat race says it's going to be.
Same situation. Probably going to play out at Camp Randall.
6:30 at Camp Randall, and we're going to get beat badly on national TV. Another 5-star review from my friends Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets Milwaukee. Jonathan wrote this. The builder provided the standard default wire racks. So let me stop you there. Here's this guy. He's moving his family into a new home, and he's like, this is not going to do. Inspired Closets Milwaukee worked with him. Quote, Molly was our designer. She listened to our needs. Listening is a common theme when you work with Inspired Closets Milwaukee. We couldn't be happier with our new closets and pantry. I feel like we doubled the functional space. Now, because Jonathan worked with Inspired Closets Milwaukee instead of these order on the internet brands, he saw what his project would look like in 3D. He knew how much it would cost before they started. What space will you write about in your 5-star review? Inspired days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. On top of that, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 10 minutes before 7 o'clock.
All right. Well, they're still working on this disabled semi stuck at the beginning of the Good Hope Road off-ramp. So you're looking at the right lane blocked as you're heading through there, the squad there. You can get by in the left lane, so at least you got that going for you. But the delays start at Hampton Avenue all the way up, so careful with that. Westbound 94, a little bit tight right through the stadium interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard, and that's pretty much it so far. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast is sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. I'll take you to next work week here. Mostly sunny and mild today, high 58. Clear skies tonight, 36 your inland low, 43 lakeside. Increasing clouds on Saturday, but the day looks dry. Nighttime showers and a high of 56. Sunday, high of 60 under mostly cloudy skies with a chance of showers. Monday, temperature still in the 50s, high of 58 on Monday under partly cloudy skies, and Tuesday looks mostly sunny with a high of 53. Right now, Milwaukee at 44. At 6:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Mike Spaulding in for Eric Bilstead today, and our friend from ESPN Milwaukee, Gabe Neitzel, in this house. I'm telling you, when I worked in Green Bay for WFRV TV, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, when the bye week came, that was the story.
What do you mean that was the story?
When the Packers were
isn't
on a
the
bye.
point of the bye week is there is no story?
Well, still, right, yes, but still, the story was often, depending on when the bye would fall, particularly if it was during the holiday season, we do how, like, businesses were overjoyed. Oh, people are going to come out of their house on this Sunday and actually shop or do something, anything, other than remain shut in and watching the game. It was a legit news story in Green Bay.
So there was an actual. So the Packers obviously have an economic impact on Green Bay just because
Right.
80,000 people are going to one spot. But you're telling me that the economic impact would continue just elsewhere in the city.
Yes.
When they didn't play because people would actually get their holiday shopping in.
I think it was closer to the holiday season, had to be when the bye fell one time when I was reporting on the weekends. And they sent me to the mall. And these businesses were like, this is great. It's going to be just great. All
So
kinds of people.
part of schedule watching in Green Bay is not just, okay, where do my tickets fall? Where do my package tickets fall? But it's also, where is the buy? So that way businesses can actually get some business.
When are we going to do anything else?
I'll say it's
on
the
a Sunday?
honey-do list weekend, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of stuff getting done. No Badgers either. We're supposed to do it ourselves.
Well, I mean, there's other games on. You don't have to, have a rooting interest. But, I mean, it's going to be nice. I mean, go for a walk or something
Spend time
outside.
with your family.
Spend
Go
time
for a walk.
I mean,
see the sun.
Yeah. I know it's not typically what we're used to or want to do. But, you got to build up that equity.
Are there games you got your eye on this weekend?
Just kind of keeping an eye really on the Bears. I know they're playing the New England Patriots. Nothing. I mean, the Bears should win that game, but after that, it gets really tough for the Bears. Starting with the Packers, so just kind of doing a little. Hey, okay, we'll check in on the Bears, see how they look before the Packers have to travel to Chicago next week. I mean, the game of the week was last night, and it ended up living up to that billing with the Ravens winning 35-34. But yeah, we're getting to that point in the NFL season where teams are starting to separate themselves, and I think that's why this is an important time for the Packers, even though they have the bye, to kind of fix some of the issues that have been ailing them. They're in third place in the division. There's a chance that game against the Bears, if they win, is the loser ends up in last place in the division, right? So
and maybe still making the playoffs.
Yeah, well, so that's the crazy part is right now the Packers are closer to last place in the division than they are first place, and it feels like at 6-3, you feel pretty happy with that. It's just that's how the division's gone this year.
I feel sometimes that the bye week comes at a terrible spot. Your winners of 3 straight, now you got a bye week. The bye week this year doesn't seem like it couldn't have come at a better time for the Packers. You have Jordan Love limping around out there. You have receivers that, for some reason, for the past 2 weeks, can't really catch a football. You have, it just seems like it's coming at the right time for the team.
I feel every NFL team will tell you that whenever their bye week is, this is the perfect time for the bye. This is great for us. This is perfect for it. But, I mean, there have been times where the Packers have had the bye like 4 or 5 weeks in, and that's just tough because it gives – realistically, having it right in the smack dab in the middle of your season, I think, is fantastic. Because, like you said, I mean, right now, first of all, they are kind of beat up. For as healthy as they were for the first, 6 games of the season, 7 games of the season, no Jair in the last game. You mentioned Jordan Love being beat up. Josh Jacobs played through an ankle injury. So just a little bit more time to rest these guys up because half of the remaining games are divisional games. 4 of the 8 games are against divisional opponents, 2 against the Bears, and then you still have to go on the road to Minnesota and Chicago and Minnesota and Detroit as well. So I'm with you there, Mike. I think this is a perfect time for the Packers to get healthy and kind of take a step back and be like, okay, what went wrong in that first half of the season? What can we correct?
Oh, by the way, the Bucs won a game.
Yeah, by 23 points. I was a little frustrated watching in the first half yesterday because the Jazz are terrible. But That's what they turned it around in the second half. That's what you're supposed to do against a really bad team. Win that thing by 20-plus points. Tough now tonight. They have to travel to the Knicks in New York at MSG. This is a tough stretch for the Bucks, and getting off to the slow start that they did, not very good for them. I mean, they've got the Knicks, and then they've got the Celtics here on Sunday. So if you want to check out a great, hopefully a good basketball game, maybe head over to Fiserv Forum for that on Sunday with no Packers game. But this is a tough stretch for the Bucks, and they don't have a ton of time to sit around and go, oh, well, what do we got to do to figure it out? They just have to figure it out on the fly.
Why don't you go to the mall or something on Sunday? Help the business.
I got tickets. I'm going to the Bucks game.
Okay. Then the mall. 6:57. Thank you, Gabe, on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Molson Coors Beverage Company takes a majority share in an energy drink company co-founded by Hollywood star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The move is part of the brewery's plans to expand its beverage portfolio beyond its beer roots. A federal judge dismisses a securities class action lawsuit against the Kohl's Corporation. The decision by U.S. District Court Judge Lynn Edelman indicated that the plaintiff did not provide enough evidence to support claims that the company deceived investors. Milwaukee County officials unanimously approve supporting a proposed $133.4 million project to save the Mitchell Park domes. The county board has not allocated funding for the project, but signaled it is open to doing so in future budget cycles. I'm Linda Spice for MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
After a series of meetings with the James Imaging Systems sales rep, Matheson Manufacturing chose document imaging technology from James. Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leininger.
They have a reputation out in the field. They've been around for a long time. I was really impressed with it.
I also understand you're impressed with the document imaging technology.
Yes, it's quicker, it's faster. We can do a lot more with the copy functions.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better support, even lower printing costs.
Yes, definitely. I think the lease is very cost effective for us. It certainly helps with cash flow, and it's just good.
Al, anything else you'd like to add about your experience with James Imaging Systems?
Yes, James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hey, it's 620 WTMJ's Kristen Bry. I officially have a new dentist. I just had my first cleaning and checkup with Dr. James Michaels at Economawalk Dental Care, and I can't say enough about him and his awesome staff. Do you want your best smile for all those holiday family photos that are coming up? Have you not been to the dentist in a while? Do you have a fear of going to the dentist? Whatever reason you have for needing a new dentist, I am here to tell you to go see Dr. Michaels. He understands your apprehension about going to the dentist and will get you on the best care plan to get you confident about your smile. Whether you need a simple cleaning and exam, a teeth whitening, a more complex dental procedure, or even an implant for missing teeth, Economawalk Dental will always make you feel as comfortable as possible and give you and your family an amazing smile. Are you worried about cost? At Economawalk Dental Care, affordable quality dentistry is no longer a dream. It's the reality. Dr. Michael's fantastic staff can help you out with a no-interest payment plan. We all have to go to the dentist, so do not put it off any longer. Call and make an appointment today. You deserve to feel confident about your smile, so go see my new dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economawalk Dental Care.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Tonight, the Bucks are kicking it against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
Lillard going to fire up a three. Tees up a beauty from the right wing as he rips the corners from the right wing.
Our coverage of the game starts tonight at 6. We are your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Friday, November 8th, our top story. Quick thinking prevented disaster in Kenosha.
I'm Mike Spaulding. A sad reality arrives in Chippewa Falls.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Northbound 43 still a bit backed up from about Hampton all the way up to Good Hope Road, where there is a broken down semi stuck in the right lane. Careful with that. Westbound on 94, a little heavy right through the Stadium interchange. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Storm team forecast, mostly sunny skies today and a high of 58 degrees. Pretty nice night under mostly clear skies. Will get a little chilly. Temperatures in the mid-30s if you're away from Lake Michigan. A little bit warmer by the lake. Right now, 44 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, community members and police lauded for preventing a school shooting in Kenosha. 13-year-old student is in custody, accused of bringing a gun to his former elementary school with the intention of shooting.
One middle school student who tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School while carrying a suspicious bag just after 9 a.m. Thursday. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
The investigation revealed that the suspect shared videos and made several comments to fellow students for weeks.
Those videos show the suspect holding a rifle, which police believe may have been inside the suspicious bag. Kenosha Unified School District Superintendent Dr. Jeff Weiss thanking staff
who bravely stopped the individual and ask questions that cause the individual to question their choices and flee.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Schools were placed on a secure hold during the investigation, and police were at all county school buildings during dismissal.
A federal judge in Texas says a Biden administration policy that creates a path to citizenship for some undocumented immigrants married to U.S. citizens is illegal.
The program allowed undocumented spouses and stepchildren of American citizens to apply for a so-called green card without first having to leave the country. An estimated 500,000 people would have benefited from the program. District Judge J. Campbell Barker said in creating the program, the administration had overstepped its authority. He said it had stretched the legal interpretation of relevant immigration law, quote, past its breaking point. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
There is no apparent rush on President-elect Trump's part to take advantage of government resources set aside for his transition team in D.C.
Under federal law, Trump's team should now have access to government office space, IT support, and background checks.
Unfortunately, that has not yet occurred.
It's because President-elect Trump hasn't signed the papers. Max Steyer, an expert on presidential transitions, heads the Partnership for Public Service. He notes Trump now has 4,000 government jobs to fill with vetted personnel. Many will need security clearances.
That makes sure that they're there for the public's good and not their own personal good, and that they're also trustworthy.
Sources say the Trump transition aims to avoid limits on donor contributions that would apply if Trump signs the papers. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
And Stephen joins Wisconsin's Morning News live as we talk about President-elect Trump's transition team. We'll do that at 7:20 this morning.
Republican leaders in the state of Wisconsin say they're ready to set up a new agenda in Madison come January. That's straight from Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. He joined Wisconsin's Afternoon News, says that while bipartisanship was found last legislative session, this year may be more difficult.
The last session, we did a lot in a bipartisan way, but the campaigns that the Democrats ran were literally tens of millions of dollars of lies, innuendos, and negative attacks on our members. So I think there's an awful lot of folks who are going to have to take a second look and say, how are we going to find a way to work together? And of course, we will try.
The start of the state legislative session begins on January 6th.
A WTMJ exclusive, emotional and overwhelmingly sad. That's how the president of Leinenkugel Brewing is talking about the Molson Coors decision to close the 157-year-old brewery in Chippewa Falls.
Tony Buger is a sixth-generation Leinenkugel. As the brewery president, he had to tell the Chippewa Falls employees that their jobs are disappearing.
Somber, emotional, really tough. It was hard to be a part of, really hard.
Buger tells me it's more than a building that's closing. It's a chapter in history.
Our entire family has grown up with this brewery, and its history and the legacy has meant everything to us.
John Merkier, WTMJ News.
The nation's second largest pharmacy store chain has agreed to pay $100 million to settle a proposed class action lawsuit. This over claims of overcharging for certain prescriptions. News Nation's Bob Kessler.
The suit was filed in 2017 by a group of individuals and unions and says Walgreens wrongly required insured customers to pay more for drugs than members of its prescription savings club. Plaintiffs said club members paid customary prices, while those paid by insurers were higher, and that meant higher copays and deductibles for insured patients.
As part of the settlement, Walgreens admitted no liability, and a company spokesman says the claims never had any merit.
Coming up, a buck star continues his search for the people who stole from him. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
This report is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. SidingUnlimited.com.
Here we are again, November. No more nice weather, Fember. Let's at least keep the cold and wet outside and do it with style with new Pella windows. Pella's, installed by Pella's 4-time National Platinum Certified Contractor of the Year, our own local and family-owned Siding Unlimited. No question that Pella windows are the best. Best looking, best functioning, best energy efficiency, and great choices with double hung casement, big bay windows, and even the in-window blinds to match your decor. And the best installer in the whole country is right here, our Siding Unlimited. That's the 4-time declaration by Pella Window Company of Pella, Iowa. Your first 2 easy choices. Number 1, Pella Windows. Number 2, Siding Unlimited. See all the other Pella choices at the unique Siding Unlimited Outside In showroom, 665 Larry Court in Brookfield. They're waiting for you. What are you waiting for? SidingUnlimited.com.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
Treat your valuable employees to a company holiday party at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant. When you buy one dinner, you get one free, so half your employees' dinners are free, saving your company hundreds of dollars. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. That's foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Bucks break that sad streak. We got sports at 7:15.
River Hills police are continuing to search for men who burglarized the home of Bucks forward Bobby Portis.
What's good, Milwaukee?
And Portis is offering a cash reward for information that leads to the return of his belongings.
I am now offering a $40K cash reward for any information or tips that leads to the return of my stolen items.
Surveillance video shows 2 men inside Portis' house while he was playing a home game against the Cavaliers on Saturday.
Please contact info@bobbyportis.com. You can stay anonymous and still receive the cash reward.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Portis has been a Buck since 2020.
Federal law enforcement and intelligence agencies looking for the source of a racist text message, multiple messages sent to scores of people across the country.
Christina Smith of Fort Worth didn't think much about the random text she received telling her she had been, quote, selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation.
I just thought it was me for some reason.
Then she learned that other African Americans had gotten the text.
It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel like I am being bullied.
And frightened by the threat. You will get killed if you don't come. Some recipients' full names were used in the text messages. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Coming up, we were right, and so were many of you. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:10.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus.
Where the heck is everybody?
Hassellus mattress showrooms are employee-free. Test your Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, or Serta Perfect Sleeper without salespeople breathing down your neck.
Okay.
That means we can sell for way less. Our 43 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
Yes, but...
And through Monday, get an extra $248 credit just for shopping local.
I just have one question.
What's that?
Where the heck is everybody?
Find an employee-free showroom near you at hassellus.com.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Make your chili perfect with Black Angus ground chuck from Sendix, just $4.99 per pound all this week. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What's happening, Deb?
Well, northbound 43 still slow from before Hampton all the way up to Good Hope Road. At the beginning of the off-ramp to Good Hope Road, we do have a broken down semi. and a squad is there to block off that right lane as well. So you can get by in that left lane. It's just going to be a bit tight. The rest of the system still looking pretty good. As a matter of fact, the westbound delays through the stadium interchange have pretty much dissipated, so that's good news, at least for the time being. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. That sunshine that we saw yesterday will carry into today. Mostly sunny skies, high temperatures in the upper 50s, just a few thin high clouds for this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, low temperatures falling into the mid-30s, inland lower 40s by the lake. We'll see more clouds increase throughout the day on Saturday. Daytime hours stay dry, but by Saturday night, we'll look at the chance for some scattered rain showers. High temperatures on Saturday in the mid-50s. Sunday, mostly cloudy, breezy, and still the chance for some scattered rain showers with high temperatures near 60. Monday, partly cloudy, upper 50s for highs, and then Tuesday, mostly sunny with high temperatures in the lower 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
And now Milwaukee at 45 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
We were right together. We collectively here on Wisconsin's Morning News, we solved the riddle posed on this very program Thursday.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Many of you participated and got the riddle correct as well. I had asked multiple sources, what's going to be the big concert announcement for American Family Field that we had been told about? And one source who didn't give it up but did give us a clue to work off of. If you were with us on the program yesterday, we asked for your help. And this was the clue that we were given. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member. Indeed, the show coming to American Family Field April 26th of next year is Billy Joel, previously married to Christy Brinkley and former frontman for The Police, Sting.
One of those rare teases that lives up to the hype.
Yeah, right, because how often do we hear big announcement of any kind?
Yeah, you guys said it perfect yesterday morning. So many times it's a big announcement for those involved, but not for the general public. I would argue this one, it's a biggie.
Yeah, tickets will go on sale to the general public week from today. Another update for you this morning. It passed unanimously.
What this is the county officially taking the position saying, yes, we want to save the domes. Yes, we want to do it in partnership with Friends of the Domes, and we see that this is a viable path forward.
That is Krista Beal-Diefenbach on this show here Thursday, hoping that the Milwaukee County Board would do exactly what it did. Board did approve a $124 million reimagining plan for the Mitchell Park domes. County will pay $30 million of the cost and ultimately transfer control of the domes to Friend of the Domes support group, and that plan getting full support from the board. So not a done deal, signed, sealed, delivered, but all signs point to this being the path forward for the domes. Does Milwaukee have its big budget meeting today?
Yeah, we're talking budget
County
at City
did
Hall
yesterday.
today. County did yesterday. Yeah. So Friday afternoon or Friday morning, I think it is 9 o'clock this morning. I think
they do that on purpose on Friday. I'm convinced it's to force them to get down to business and move things forward instead of sit there all day. I was covering Common Council for TMJ4 many years ago, and I had a live shot at 5 p.m. and a live shot at 6 p.m. And in between, I ran up, and yes, it's 5:30 p.m., and they're still debating the budget in the Milwaukee Common Council. And I ran up in between to go revisit the council chambers, just see where they were at, whatever, and there was a freshman alderman at the time. I won't name him because maybe he'd be embarrassed or maybe not, but he was close to me in the chamber, and he looked over at me and he just went, "It's Friday." I said, "Welcome to the Common Council, Alderman." He said, "Yeah, but it's Friday." That's how they roll at City Hall.
Not so fast, Batman. Answer my riddle and I shall tell all that you want. Get it wrong and Gotham shall fall.
Damn you, Riddler.
Sports is sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Hey, Wisconsin, WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. Hey, comfortable fall weather makes now perfect timing to gear up and be ready to take to the roads with confidence this winter in a new all-wheel drive equipped Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Or explore the peace of mind benefits and value of a GM certified pre-owned model. Connect with Team Holiday to find the new vehicle that's right for you during the year-end sale. Score enticing pricing offers, get more for your trade, and experience for yourself Team Holiday's simplified buying approach and genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State and beyond. Fans like me and thousands of others whose trust in Holiday has helped them achieve top ranking as Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer per 2023 Buick and GMC Zone Sales records. Navigate today's car market confidently. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Chevrolet, Buick and GMC in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Spas! The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a Bucks W.
Here's a steal. Lillard knocks it away, picked up by Giannis. Here's Jackson, lobbing to Giannis on the other side, and he punches it through on a beautiful alley-oop. Ajax to the freak, and Giannis finishes with the best.
In a matchup of two 1-6 teams at Fiserv Forum Thursday night, the Milwaukee Bucks emerged victorious over the Utah Jazz 123-100. Giannis finished the night with 31 points and 16 rebounds in 31 minutes of action. Meanwhile, his partner in crime, Dame Lillard, also cooking.
Pulls up just inside the arc, knocks it down. Damian Lillard, automatic right there himself. He's got 31. And that leads all scorers tonight.
As Dave Kane on the call, Lillard ends with 34 points in the win. The Bucks and head coach Doc Rivers tried out something new Thursday. You might have heard in that first highlight, Ajax, that second-year man, Andre Jackson Jr., he appeared in the starting lineup for the first time this season. Doc Rivers said that the move was made in an effort to energize the team and put a little bit of a spark into the starting five. The Bucks now 2-6 on the season. They're back in action tonight in New York against the Knicks. Coverage on WTMJ starts at 6 p.m.
College basketball to be inside the cozy confines of the Al McGuire Center tonight for the Golden Eagles. Marquette hosting George Mason University. For an 8 p.m. tip, Wisconsin beat Montana State Thursday night 79-67, and the Panthers fell to the Panthers. Northern Iowa Panthers over the UW Milwaukee Panthers 87-68. No football this weekend.
I don't know what that means.
What are we going to do with ourselves?
Family time.
Yes. Badgers are off Saturday. Packers are off Sunday. A very poorly timed bye for both teams. Bucky returns to get boat raced again in prime time. And #1 Oregon will come to town for another 6:30 kick a week from tomorrow at Camp Randall. Probably. Packers will return the following day. We'll get back to practice next week as they prepare to face the Bears in Chicago November 17th. Badgers volleyball, however, back-to-back. Tonight, 6 p.m. versus Iowa at the Kohl Center. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll have the game. 2:30 start against number 3 Penn State. We'll get you started with a pre-match show at 2 o'clock on your home for Badgers volleyball, 620 WTMJ.
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
WTMJ's Trivia Showdown for Capco Kids to Kids, brought to you by Quizmaster Trivia, is happening next week. We get started at Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa, Wednesday, November 13th. Now, this here says come see your favorite WTMJ hosts from Wisconsin's Morning News. That's what the script says, Mike.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
So that would be me.
Yeah.
I am one of your
Assumed
favorite hosts. Yes.
Assumed favorite.
And Greg Pancake Hill, producer of the program, he and I will be out there as folks square off for a chance to win gift cards to Cafe Hollander. First place team also wins a 6-pack of Cafe Hollander's signature Bloody Mary glasses. And the gift card is no spare change.
It absolutely is not. Big thanks to our friends at Lowlands Group. So first place, in addition to those Bloody Mary glasses, you get a $150 gift card for the restaurant chain. So, or not chain, but the conglomerate in and of itself.
Yeah.
The group, yes. So you don't have to eat in Tulsa. You can go to any one of their other restaurants. Second place is a $125 gift card. Third place, $100 gift card to the restaurant group.
It's Wednesday at Cafe Hollander in Wauwatosa. See you there.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
The little one just took her first steps. Her stride? Wobbly.
Oh my gosh, she's doing
Her parents? Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, watch out.
But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score for Choice and Platinum Choice checking customers. So while you're monitoring and protecting her every move, you can do the same for your credit score, too. You've got this with free credit score from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
What do you see on the roads, Deb?
Well, we got some backups. They finally got that semi out of the way at the Good Hope Road off-ramp, so that's good news. Things are moving along a little bit better through there. Still a little bit backed up from about, I'd say just south of Silver Spring all the way up to Good Hope Road. Rest of the system actually looking really good, super quiet. Happy Friday. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 58 degrees. Right now at 43 in Milwaukee. World leaders continue to send their initial congratulations to President-elect Donald Trump. It wasn't a phone call, but the first public comments from Russian President Vladimir Putin. ABC's Ian Pinnell.
A Russian leader congratulating Trump, praising him for acting, quotes, courageously like a man after that failed assassination attempt. And he says campaign promises to restore relations with Russia and Ukraine will deserve attention. Putin saying he's ready to talk to Trump, but the president can't make peace without Zelensky and Putin, and bringing the two warring parties together will likely require not just a carrot, but a stick too.
Meanwhile, progress and a potential snag with the Trump transition team as he assembles staff and works to build out his administration. Live with us from Washington this morning, ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy. Great to be with you, Stephen. Most notably, let's talk about the woman now, credited with being one of the only people who could kind of keep President-elect Trump in some sort of check during the campaign. Susie Wiles will be named his White House chief of staff.
Hey, good morning, guys. Susie Wiles, the first woman to hold the all-important office of being the senior-most aide to the President of the United States, sitting in the corner office in the West Wing. No woman's ever held the post. It's only been men since the job was created sometime in the mid-20th century. And Donald Trump calls his campaign co-chair and campaign manager a tough, smart, innovative person who's universally admired and respected. She's the daughter of the late Pat Summerall, the broadcasting legend. And so he really admires her, and I think in particular likes the fact that she doesn't seek the spotlight. She's a longtime backstage political operator who once worked for Ron DeSantis in Florida politics before they had a falling out, and she successfully led a campaign that has swept Donald Trump back into the White House, and so he's honoring her with this role.
That is such a hard job, Stephen, no matter who the president is, maybe even tougher than the presidency itself. Ask Reince Priebus, Wisconsin's own. He was Trump's first chief of staff and didn't last very long in that role. Does she have longevity here? You mentioned a falling out. Like, falling outs are common in Trump world.
And yeah, in politics often,
yes.
But in particular in Trump world. Look, I think that I don't know, because you can't know, and I don't want to make any predictions, but I think that at the end of the day, Susie Wiles has gotten to know Donald Trump. And what we saw by the last year of Donald Trump's first term was this idea that, you know, he doesn't like to be told no. He doesn't like to be told what he can't or mustn't do. And so I think Susie Wiles has an understanding that. I recently read a piece that was critical of some for example, people around Trump who try to stir things up, like Corey Lewandowski. He has not been brought back into the fold. There was a moment earlier this fall where he tried to insert himself back into the inner circle of Trump, and he crossed Susie Wiles, tried to undermine her, and Chris LaCivita, who also, with Wiles, helped run the Trump campaign, and let me just put it this way. He tried to kick up some dust. And in the end, those two, LaCivita and Susie Wiles, had the final word because they proved to Trump that they were loyal and decent, and at least for Trump. And so Lewandowski was iced out. I think that in the end, there's always the potential for drama in Trump world. But Trump admires the idea that Susie Wiles, if nothing else, doesn't seek the spotlight. You have not seen her in a national television interview. You don't know perhaps even what she looks like because she's a backstage operator. The other night, on election night, Trump offered her the opportunity to take the microphone. She demurred and declined. Trump likes that.
Stephen, what does this tell us, if anything at all, about maybe the tenor of what a second Trump presidency could look like? Are we just, we're kind of in the very beginning of it. I think everyone's just pulling whatever story ideas they can at the moment. Yeah. But you've been around this for a long time. Is there anything to read into this?
Trying to avoid falling into that trap. I don't know, except to say that she is an experienced political operator. She's not, oftentimes Trump thinks of people and points at people he's seen on television. He uses the phrase central casting. He likes the look. Susie Wiles it doesn't really fit a mold in that respect because she's not a household word. But she also happens to be, she has something else in her favor. It was noted yesterday in the news release that her middle name is Summerall, the daughter of Pat Summerall. That means something to Trump. Look, at the end of the day, I'm reticent to read too much into anything and project the future. I think that what we can do is we can assess what has happened without reading too much into it.
ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy live with us from Washington this morning. Thanks for the perspective, Stephen.
You bet.
You think Chief of Staff tougher than President?
Yeah, because you have to know everything before they know.
Right.
Yeah, you have to anticipate a little bit like what Greg does for you guys, you and Eric in the morning. They have to know what Donald Trump is going to want before Donald Trump knows what he's going to want. And at that point, who knows?
And the president, no matter who the president is, can always at any point just be like, you guys figure it out.
Correct. They can say, I don't care how it gets done. It just needs to get done. You all figure it out. Hopefully there's some good takeout in the White House because I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to wake up and expect a decision to be made.
News about your money, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average largely flat, down about a point to 43,729. The NASDAQ finished up 1.5% to 19,269, and the S&P 500 up 44 to 5973. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
I happily accept Chief of Staff of Wisconsin's Morning News position.
WTMJ's Sandy Max here with Dr. Mangione from Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa. There's a part of our appearance that can really knock your confidence, and that's your hair. Loss of hair sometimes happens because of perimenopause and menopause, and men just naturally see balding. But you're saying there's hope for these people.
There really is. And this is something that we are very excited about because we have tried to work with hair loss in the past, and we used everything that we knew was state of the art at the time and minimally invasive. But the treatments didn't really work effectively for the majority of patients. And that's really what was depressing for us and made us want to keep trying and find something new. And now we have found something called the Aquaferm Derived System, which we use plant-based growth factors and peptides infused into the scalp after it's been cleansed with ultrasound technology.
Wow. And I hear peptides being used a lot in like moisturizers.
Sure.
And what peptides do?
These are plant-based, so they're totally safe. They're not another human product that's being put on your skin or on your scalp. The plant-based exosomes, or these little messengers, will carry messages to the cells that say, okay, hair grow. So you do need some follicles in the area that we're going to treat. Basically, it's got to be hair loss that's been within the last 5 years. So there's still some tiny kind of dormant hair follicles present. But then when they're treated and they have this derived solution that's been infused into the scalp, the hair starts to grow again.
You're really giving people hope.
We hope to give them more than hope. We hope to give them hair. We've had people cry with joy when they've come back and see now that they have their hair back. So that's been very meaningful to us, that we do have something to offer that will help almost everybody.
How does somebody find out if this would work for them?
People can come in for a complimentary consultation to learn about the treatment, to see what's involved, and all they have to do is to call Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa 262-746-9088 for a complimentary consultation with one of our specialists.
We've got northbound 43 still a little bit backed up from Hampton up to Silver Spring. Southbound slowing down to Capitol Drive. And then on westbound on 94, we got a little bit of a backup heading through the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny, mild today, high of 58. Mostly clear skies tonight. Right now, Milwaukee at 44.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Southern California wildfires are continuing to burn. Firefighters working to contain a wildfire in Ventura County that's destroyed 132 structures in 2 days. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
The thing with this fire was the Santa Ana winds. They basically produced wind gusts of 80 miles an hour. That's hurricane force winds. And at that point, firefighters are completely at the mercy of a fire like that. There is not much that they can do except try to save people's lives, right? They're not trying to save homes. The fire's moving from house to house, casting embers 2.5 miles ahead of where the fire is.
10,000 people remain under evacuation orders. Attackers assaulting Israeli fans overnight after a soccer match in Amsterdam. 5 people were hospitalized, more than 60 arrested. Racist text messages invoking slavery, raising alarms across the country. They were sent to scores of people, including students, prompting inquiries by the FBI. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a school shooting prevented in Kenosha. 13-year-old Mahone Middle School student, according to authorities, tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School, where he had gone just after 9 a.m. Thursday. The student entered the first floor of the school's main entrance carrying what they thought was a suspicious bag. Police believe it contained a rifle. Staff questioned the student, observed nervous behavior, and say he fled. Thanks to tips from the community, police arrested him after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
We can confirm that we received at least one video depicting the suspect holding what we believe is a firearm. We also have information that the suspect performed multiple internet searches related to school shootings prior to the incident.
Schools were placed on a secure hold during that investigation, and police were at county schools throughout dismissal yesterday afternoon.
Assault charges filed against a man accused of attacking a Milwaukee public school teacher. The criminal complaint against Eddie Caldwell accuses him of striking that teacher in front of her students several times at Bruce Elementary School. That incident on October 29th. Caldwell also allegedly threatening the teacher, pushing her up against a wall. That teacher did tell police she recognized Caldwell as the father of one of her students.
2025 budget set for the city of Waukesha. Common Council passed an $82.7 million proposal Thursday night, increase of about 3% from the 24 budget. City administrator there is Tony Brown.
You see that the tax rate is going up 1 cent. And how that translates to a $300,000 single-family home is that it's about a $2.17 increase year over year.
The City of Milwaukee will discuss Mayor Cavalier Johnson's proposed $2 billion 2025 budget later this morning.
Funeral services are set for late Milwaukee Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. Brostoff found dead at Greenfield Park from an apparent suicide last weekend. Services set to be held this morning on the campus of UW Milwaukee. Flags across the city are flying at half-staff in Brostoff's honor. He had served as Milwaukee's 3rd District Alderman since 2022. He's also a state assemblyman for 7 years.
Higher electric bills coming to We Energy's customers. Wisconsin Public Service Commission did approve a rate increase, although slightly lower than what We Energy's was asking for. Residential customers can expect a typical bill to cost $8 or $9 more per month in 2025, between $9 and $10 more in 26.
The love of cartoons and classical music are set to meet at the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. Conductor George Daughtry telling What's on Tap that Bugs Bunny at the Symphony is in Milwaukee this weekend, and it's a show for all.
The reason why we can do this concert with great orchestras like the Milwaukee Symphony is because Carl Stalling and Milt Franklin, who wrote the music, were so absolutely brilliant. There's nothing cartoony about the way this music is played and performed. I'm lucky. I've done this a lot with the Milwaukee Symphony.
No word on the status of Elmer Fudd this weekend. Bugs Bunny at the Symphony, though? You can catch it all weekend long at the Bradley Symphony Center.
Traffic is sponsored by Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield. Visit holtebeck.com.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield is excited to welcome Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist. Learn more at holtebeck.com.
You want some more?
Please.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep Dodge Ram.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin.
For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's a super affordable family fish fry Friday at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Do not pay $16 or more for your fish fry. The Mine Chef fish fry is just $7.99, and it's all you can eat. You deserve it. After a long week, relax with a cold beverage and a great fish fry. Kids menu starts at $3.99, and they can safely play in that huge game room quietly tucked aside from the dining area while you finish up, maybe have an after-dinner drink. I repeat, hard to believe, the Mine Chef's all-you-can-eat fish fry is $7.99. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. The Mine Chef in beautiful downtown Hartford. And near the EAA in Oshkosh, tons of seating, lots of close parking. Reserve now for your Friday, $7.99 all-you-can-eat fish fry, serving from 11 a.m. Get there early. I love that fish fry. Your Saturday steak dinner is under $20. Sunday brunch under $15. What a value. MineChefRestaurant.com.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
Still no Middleton. Giannis limited, but the Bucks bounce back. We got sports at 7:45.
You know, Vince, they had a chance to do something memorable. Who is they, you might ask? An 11-person committee in the city of Madison. What they could have done was had a fun name for an elementary school. So Southside Elementary School has been using the name Frank Alice, or was formerly Frank Alice School in Madison.
Okay.
They are renaming said school.
Why? What happened to Frank?
No idea.
What'd Frank do? He's fallen out of favor.
He's fallen out of favor.
As Frank.
Okay. It's just time for a change, Frank. We're downsizing, and you're the one we're downsizing.
I'm sorry.
So they opened it up, obviously, to a public naming convention. They received 175 proposals from the community, a record number for that renaming process. That's according to Greg Jones. He's the leader of that 11-person committee in charge of renaming the school. 11 people for a school renaming seems like a lot. Last week, they unveiled the proposed names. Among them, Schoolie McSchoolface.
Yes.
Schoolie McSchoolerson.
A tough race.
And Big Chungus Elementary, saying that
good job, kids.
They were all barred because they didn't fit the district's naming criteria.
I'm quite sure they didn't.
Really? Didn't?
Believe it or not, under the school board policy, school districts or schools in the district must be named after a prominent national or local figure who has since passed away. Schools can also be named after a locally significant place, geographical site, or broadly respected civic virtue. I would argue Schoolie McSchoolface would be a civic virtue.
And this comes up because somebody actually did name a boat Bodie McBoatface, right?
Yes, in England.
This comes actually probably in the first time in history of Schoolie McSchoolface or anybody McSomething, it didn't win.
Previously undefeated, I believe.
Yeah. So what is it then?
They haven't chosen one
we
yet.
don't know yet?
No, they had 175. They've only announced the disqualified names, which included those three. I don't know what they're going to go
and
to.
Frank.
Someone just said, hold on a minute.
They have a finalist, I think, Lori Mann Carey. She was a Madison leader who lived on the south side of the city. She passed away in 2020. She founded the after-school program Mission 4.0, which offered tutoring to students at West High School. Also created the Man Scholars program, which provides scholarships and mentorships to Madison students of color. This all coming from the Capital Times.
Big Chungus National Park. That's pretty much what they got to find.
It could still be. 7:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. News is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. Click the Get Started button now at annexwealth.com.
Are you waiting for a miracle to feel financially secure in retirement? In a recent study, over a third of millionaires predicted their ability to feel financially secure in retirement is going to take a miracle. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe a plan, not a miracle, will help increase your retirement confidence. Annex Wealth Management listens. Then, our team of experts gets to work using leading-edge technology to build a comprehensive plan that covers investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. We stress test it, run it through countless variables. Then, and only then, we present a framework for a financial plan tailored to your goals in retirement. And unlike our competitors, Annex doesn't have any products to push. No hidden fees or commissions. There's too much of that out there already. We're a fee-only fiduciary, required to act in your best interest at all times. More planning, fewer miracles. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Build confidence in your future with Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. AnnexWealth.com.
After a series of meetings with the James Imaging Systems sales rep, Matheson Manufacturing chose document imaging technology from James. Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leininger.
They have a reputation out in the field. They've been around for a long, long time. I was really impressed with it.
I also understand you're impressed with the document imaging technology.
Yes, it's quicker, it's faster. We can do a lot more with the copy functions.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better support, even lower printing costs.
Yes, definitely. I think the lease is very cost effective for us. It certainly helps with cash flow, and it's just good.
Al, anything else you'd like to add about your experience with James Imaging Systems?
Yes, James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Just says here, Frank Ellis was a gentleman farmer. Debbie.
And so why did he get kicked out then?
I don't know. He had, apparently there's a historic home at Monona Grove. Or Frank.
Still like Big Chungus. Okay.
Frankie McFrank face.
There you go. Southbound. Southbound on 43, right about at Hampton Avenue. Looks like we've got the left lane blocked with a crash, so that's going to be affecting your ride. Be careful with that. Then we've also got backups westbound 94 from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is slowing down from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange as well. A couple pockets of heavy traffic westbound on 894 as well between Loomis and 68th Street. Hey, help your fellow commuters report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Come to the Hall Volkswagen for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny, mild today, high 58. Tomorrow's high 56 under increasing clouds. Some showers possible at night. And showers, just a chance on Sunday with a high of 60 degrees. Right now, 44 in Milwaukee.
It feels like time is being taken.
We're going to talk about professional wrestling. While Milwaukee may have not raised superstars like The Rock or a Hulk Hogan or a John Cena, Southeast Wisconsin does have a storied history with professional wrestling in the business. Our most popular native son, the Crusher, got his own statue put up in South Milwaukee back in 2019. And while the Crusher, who was born Reginald Lizowski, passed away in 2003, Southeast Wisconsin's connection to the business didn't die along with him. In fact, it's as strong as ever. WTMJ's Libby Collins sat down with the Brew City wrestling promoter Frankie DeFalco. He himself has been in the ring with the likes of The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. They discussed his life and the legacy that he hopes to leave in the squared circle.
What goes into training somebody, even if they've already had some experience wrestling, let's say in high school or college or whatever, but they say, I think I can do it. I love the show business aspect. What's the first step for them?
Everybody thinks they can do it. You know, whether you're an MMA or a football player or a true athlete, you really can't. Football players have their football conditioning. Baseball players have theirs. Wrestlers have theirs. We do in-ring conditioning as well. There's various types of how we do things. I will never take away the person's opportunity. I probably get like 3 to 5 emails a week. How can I train? How can I become a professional wrestler? And then I ask them certain questions, and they're like, yeah, I think I can do this. I'm like, okay. They take it away themselves. when they're out of the ring all the time, sitting down, all gassed up, out of shape. That's how I know that they're not going to make it in this business.
You can hear more of that conversation when Libby and Frankie DeFalco sit down to discuss the ins and outs of the wrestling business on WTMJ Conversations.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
By now you've probably figured out what's most important to us at Semper Fi is our reputation. Building a great character-driven remodeling company is actually quite easy. It's just the first 20 years that are a bit challenging. Great companies are collections of great people, and we have great people. They're the ones that helped us build our reputation, but they only come after you've built something they want to be part of. We don't necessarily have to look for good people. They come to us. And that's what you want when you hire an exterior remodeling company. Someone who's going to stand behind their work, and a company that is truly proud of their people. And it's because they do great work. And when you're ready, we'll do great work for you too. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Bucks have won a game.
Here's Lillard. Drives inside, scissors his way through the defense, and lays it in at the cup. That has been his bread and butter tonight.
Dame and Giannis combining for 65 points in the Bucks' 123-100 win over the Utah Jazz Thursday night. The Bucks went with a bit of a new look last night in the starting five as second-year man Andre Jackson Jr. was put into the starting lineup for the first time this season.
Andre Jackson Jr. ties his career high with 4 assists in his first start of the season. Just what head coach Doc Rivers has been looking for.
Playing kind of that connector role. I was wondering how important is it to have connectors when you have 2 top 10 scorers?
That was the other reason that went into starting him. I was sitting there with my coach. I said, can I have one guy in the lineup that's not trying to score, but knows how to play and get to the right spot? And he did exactly that. He ended up scoring points, but he did it through being the connector. Most of the time, it was phenomenal.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter Carter, WTMJ Sports.
No rest for the Bucks. They're in New York tonight. They take on the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Coverage gets underway at 6 o'clock right here on WTMJ.
College hoops. Wisconsin remains unbeaten, though untested. Beat Montana State Thursday night, 79-67. UWM 1-1 on the season. They lost to Northern Iowa last night, 87-68. Marquette Golden Eagles in action tonight. That game is at the Al McGuire Center on campus with an 8 p.m. tip. Packers fans, we get the weekend off. Unfortunate timing is Badger football also on a bye. These two should have communicated with each other. Can I get one game? Badgers also host next weekend Oregon. And the Packers will travel to Chicago coming off their bye week. So not going to be a great return to action for Wisconsin. We've seen this movie before at 6:30 at Camp Randall.
You're not holding out hope? Third 6:30 game in a row.
No indication. Right. If you got to have some football action, though, I got some for you. High school football playoffs, now just a couple of games from teams making it to state. Some good matchups here. Division I, Arrowhead at McWanago. Marquette hosts Bayport. Muskego will travel to Neenah in the Fox Valley. Division II, Homestead. The Highlanders headed to Slinger to face the Owls. Badger hosts Milton. D3, Green Bay Notre Dame coming down to play Grafton. Catholic Memorial has Mount Horeb. New Berlin West and Wisconsin Lutheran square off. Division 4, Mayville, Racine St. Cat's, Columbus, Lake Mills, all still alive. I can't take you all the way down to D7. I'll do it next week when there are fewer teams. So my apologies to the few smaller schools from our area that I did not mention. Win this week, and I promise I'll get you in. The Badgers volleyball, Iowa tonight at the Kohl Center. Tomorrow's game, 2 p.m. broadcast right here on WTMJ, as the Badgers will host the number 3 team in the land, Penn State.
You
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Spas, the Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Make your chili perfect with Black Angus ground chuck from Sendix. Just $4.99 per pound all this week. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Debbie.
All right, Vince, we got the southbound 43 left lane blocked right at Hampton Avenue, or just south of Hampton Avenue, where there is a crash. So it's kind of behind the barrels, but also tow truck just showed up, so it'll be in that left lane for a little while yet. Westbound 94 slowing from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is heavy from 68th Street all the way through the stadium as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast is sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. You got my slides ready back there? You got my video component, Greg?
Of course.
Greg Pancake Hill produces the program. There's a visual element to our next story. So fire up the YouTube stream or click Watch Now on WTMJ.com or on our digital app. You can also text WATCH to 855-616-1620. To the forecast. I promised it to you. Mostly sunny and mild today. High 58. Mostly clear skies tonight. With the aforementioned high school football, I believe state championship soccer is underway as well. 43 degrees, your lakeside low, 36 inland. Saturday, increasing clouds, night showers, and a high of 56. For your Sunday, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers, and a breezy high of 60. Right now at 43 in Milwaukee. $7:53 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Taking you up to the top of the hour here. American Family Field this morning is transformed into a golf venue. Upper Deck Golf is in Milwaukee. It's here through Saturday. What is Upper Deck Golf?
What we've done today for this weekend only is transform the entire stadium into a 9-hole golf course.
That is Nick Bonner. He is Senior Event Director for Upper Deck Golf.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what it means.
We are having people walk to 9 separate locations throughout the entire stadium and hitting 9 very unique shots down onto the field with variable adjusted slopes. The entire experience starts and ends in X Golf.
If you're watching along on the video stream, again, text WATCH to 855-616-1620 or just click any of the Watch Now options or fire up the YouTube page. Greg Pancake Hill is showing you some pictures that I took out of the ballpark. So I did this yesterday, Mike, and what it is you have a number of flags. So if you think of a golf course, on the green, you have the flag, the pin, right? Mm-hmm. A number of these targets set up on the field, in the outfield at American Family Field. And then you have 9 stations. They're calling them different holes, right? 9 stations where you are, even in the upper deck, so like the terrace level or the club level, out in the outfield, where you are like at a driving range, but you're hitting down onto that surface at those targets. It's wild. It looks so cool. Roof was open when we went out yesterday, and Dylan Carter, our friend here in digital for us at WTMJ, he took all these pictures, and it's really cool. You're up high, you're elevated, and you're supposed to hit at these targets. There are a bunch of contests that are involved as well, celebration of a whole bunch of stuff that you can do inside that year-round golf facility that's called X Golf at American Family Field.
What if you shank it?
You can shank it. There were some shanks that might have made the seats. Okay. Like some of these balls are going to bounce off of stuff. It's a pretty bad shot if you end up in the seats.
Well, you haven't seen me play golf.
And that's the thing. You really don't have to be a golfer. I mean, to be honest with you, this is kids, families, certainly golfers would appreciate it, but I think anybody can find a way to enjoy seeing the ballpark in this unique way.
Whether you're an avid golf fan, a fan of the team, or just looking for something fun to do this weekend, it's a great experience just for about everyone. I mean, you really get to experience the entire stadium in a very unique way, to say the least.
So a number of other things to tell you about it. You can't bring your whole golf bag. You're really only hitting shots. I think the longest shot that you can hit is 120 yards. So that, depending on what kind of golfer you are, is somewhere between some type of wedge and maybe a 9-iron.
So no one's like roping a driver?
Right. No, nor should you be. You are not allowed in with your driver just in case you're that guy.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
You're not going to put one off the scoreboard.
I want to hit a home run too.
Right. They have clubs there for you. You're encouraged to use their clubs, but if you want to bring something, 9-iron, pitching wedge, whatever else, you can bring your own and carry them along with you. They do this all over the country. The Upper Deck Golf crew already really impressed with Milwaukee, though, and American Family Field.
Truthfully and very honestly, we are about, I think, 18 of our 20-plus events stopped for 2024, and this is, hands down, one of the better ballparks in America for sure. I mean, it's very unique, and nothing is built for what we do in stadiums, but it's a beautiful ballpark.
That, again, is Nick Bonner with Upper Deck Golf. So they are in American Family Field through Saturday. Nick told me Saturday's pretty booked up, but there are still some opportunities if this is of interest to you to perhaps get a tee time for today. Just check out the Brewers website for information on that.
If nothing else, it's a really cool opportunity to see American Family Field from a different perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to move around the ballpark and hit some shots and things like that. It looks very cool. If you're checking out the YouTube stream, it does look really awesome.
Yeah, you will hit balls from every level of the ballpark and from all different vistas. Brewers website if you're interested.
Get dressed, you're playing golf today.
No, I'm not, Grandpa. I'm playing tennis.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
You may have noticed Mark Tauscher absent. He was just off today, back with us next week. Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Molson Coors Beverage Company takes a majority share in an energy drink company co-founded by Hollywood star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The move is part of the brewery's plans to expand its beverage portfolio beyond its beer roots. A federal judge dismisses a securities class action lawsuit against the Kohl's Corporation. The decision by U.S. District Court Judge Lynn Edelman indicated that the plaintiff did not provide enough evidence to support claims that the company deceived investors. Milwaukee County officials unanimously approve supporting a proposed $133.4 million project to save the Mitchell Park domes. The county board has not allocated funding for the project, but signaled it is open to doing so in future budget cycles. I'm Linda Spice for MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Peter, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Tonight, the Bucks are kicking it against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
Lillard going to fire up a three. Tees up a beauty from the right wing as he rips the corners from the right wing.
Our coverage of the game starts tonight at 6. We are your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Friday, November 8th. Our top story, a close call at a Kenosha elementary school.
I'm Mike Spaulding in for Eric Bilstad, losing a legend in Chippewa Falls.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Southbound on 43, right about at Hampton Avenue. We still have that left lane blocked with a crash being worked on. The rest of the system, we got westbound 94 backing up from just west of 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's going to be a little slow from 68th all the way to 35th Street. Rest of the system looks good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Painting Time Saver Traffic.
Nice day today. High of 58 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Mild temperatures continue through the weekend. Mostly clear tonight. Lakeside low at 43. It'll be in the mid-30s away from Lake Michigan. It's Saturday, increasing clouds with some night showers possible and a high of 56. Right now at 47 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a 13-year-old student in Kenosha in custody, accused of bringing a gun to his former elementary school with the intention of doing terrible things.
The suspect is a Mahone Middle School student who tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School while carrying a suspicious bag just after 9 a.m. Thursday. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
The investigation revealed that the suspect shared videos and made several comments to fellow students for weeks.
Those videos show the suspect holding a rifle, which police believe may have been inside the suspicious bag. Kenosha Unified School District Superintendent Dr. Jeff Weiss thanking staff
who bravely stopped the individual and ask questions that cause the individual to question their choices and flee.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Schools were placed on a secure hold through the investigation, and police say they were at all county schools during yesterday afternoon's dismissal.
Less than 48 hours after winning his re-election bid for the White House, President-elect Donald Trump is making his first official appointment, that being Susan Summerall Wiles. She's going to be his chief of staff. ABC's Karen Falders.
Susie has been at the campaign for many years, since the beginning. The question is, how does she transition that role from a role in the campaign into the White House, managing the Oval Office? Will she be able to do that effectively with her boss in the West Wing? That is the big question, and we'll see how her management style is and if she's effective in that way.
Wiles will be the first female chief of staff in the West Wing.
Federal judge ruling in favor of a Republican-led effort to dismantle the Biden administration plan to shield some undocumented immigrants from deportation.
A federal judge has struck down a Biden administration program known as Keeping Families Together. It aimed to let undocumented spouses and stepchildren of U.S. citizens apply for legal status without leaving the country and facing a 10-year ban from returning. A coalition of 16 Republican-led states filed a lawsuit arguing in part that the administration had overstepped its authority to grant relief through a process known as parole in place. DHS says nearly 500,000 spouses were eligible for the program. Armando Garcia, ABC News.
Nearly time to get back to work in the State House ahead of their January session. Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says that they're looking forward to setting up a new agenda in Madison, says that while bipartisanship was found last legislative session, this year could be more difficult.
The last session, we did a lot in a bipartisan way, but the campaigns that the Democrats ran were literally tens of millions of dollars of lies, innuendos, and negative attacks on our members. So I think there's an awful lot of folks who are going to have to take a second look and say, how are we going to find a way to work together? And of course, we will try.
The start of that legislative session begins January 6th.
City of Milwaukee preparing to debate Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson's proposed $2 billion 2025 budget for the city. Leaders in Waukesha have given their 2025 budget a thumbs up.
That motion passes 13-1.
The Common Council approved an $82.7 million budget. That's up about 3% from 2024 and includes a tax rate increase of 1 cent. City Administrator Tony Brown at Thursday night's meeting saying the budget considers things like impact on property owners and enhancing workplace appeal.
Not only a compensation package that's appealing to prospective employees, but also a work culture that employees want to come to.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
A WTMJ exclusive. The president of Leinenkugel Brewing is now discussing the decision by Molson Coors to close the brewery in Chippewa Falls after 157 years.
You want to sum up the reaction, it's just sadness.
Tony Buger is the president of Leinenkugel Brewing. He's also a sixth-generation member of the family. His mom was the first brewery tour guide in the 1960s.
It means more when it's your family. So it's really difficult. For the decision to be made to stop production, it's very heavy and it's very emotional.
Buger hopes that employees who want to work in Milwaukee will be offered jobs at Molson Coors downtown. John Merkier, WTMJ News.
Coming up, possible answers after a slew of freeway shootings in the South. Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:04.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this fall? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 8:06.
Wildfire in Southern California now having damaged more than 200 homes, burned 20,000 acres.
This man fled his home and is living in a Red Cross shelter in the town of Camarillo. Even though he's lost everything, he's hopeful.
Just trying to stay positive. There's a silver lining in everything. And instead of writing a new chapter, I'm going to write a new book.
Saeed Sikder is also in the shelter. He said the fire moved so quickly.
I lost my everything, every single piece of my documents, everything. My money, everything.
The cause of the fire hasn't been determined. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
Now, calmer winds are forecast for today, which should help firefighters get a better handle on the flames.
A culprit has been identified in a series of random freeway shootings that had people on edge across North Carolina's capital city of Raleigh. CBS's Jim Crisula.
Raleigh police have arrested a 23-year-old North Carolina State University student identified as Andrew Granny in connection with a series of shooting incidents over the past week. 12 vehicles and houses were hit by gunfire along and near Interstate 40. One driver was shot and wounded in a leg.
A celebrity getting blowback over a new ad.
Kardashian's new Skims holiday campaign features Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell, daughter Kate Hudson, her brother, and their children wearing matching pricey pajamas in shades of green and red while they juggle brightly colored Jell-O, lobster, and other fancy holiday treats. Instagram critics are calling it out of touch and tone deaf when, as one points out, most people can't afford groceries. Skims unisex sleep sets retail for $120. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
You're following the Kardashians.
She's catching flack?
Right? I mean, like,
what are we doing?
Guess what? These are people who have an expensive lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, their message is not going to resonate with you at the kitchen table, right? Who's upset about it?
Yeah, I saw a Mercedes-Benz ad yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm not
very
complaining
offended.
that I can't afford
Terribly
the Mercedes-Benz.
8:08 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, Wisconsin, WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. Hey, comfortable fall weather makes now perfect timing to gear up and be ready to take to the roads with confidence this winter in a new all-wheel drive equipped Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Or explore the peace of mind benefits and value of a GM-certified pre-owned model. Connect with Team Holiday to find the new vehicle that's right for you during the year-end sale. Score enticing offers, get more for your trade, and experience for yourself Team Holiday's simplified buying approach and genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State and beyond. Fans like me and thousands of others whose trust in Holiday has helped them achieve top ranking as Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer per 2023 Buick and GMC Zone Sales records. Navigate today's car market confidently. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Chevrolet, Buick and GMC in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Vince Vitrano here. I can tell you I'm truly overjoyed with our new garage door from Lifetime Door Company. I'm telling you, I'm pulling up in the driveway. I can't wait to see it. Brings a smile to my face, and then I open with a beautiful new door opener as well from Lifetime. and it is fantastic. Nothing we have ever done to the exterior of our home has more dramatically changed the look for the better. You can text DOOR to 855-616-1620. I'll send you the before and after photos. I think you'll agree this new Made in America garage door is a huge upgrade for our home. Tell them Vinny sent you when you call. They'll knock $100 off the cost of your new door, $50 off the cost of a new door opener. Visit the showroom. They're located in Brookfield, but on the edge just north of 124th and Burleigh. Get started now at lifetimedoor.net.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out-of-pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
11 minutes after 8. How's the morning drive look, Deb?
Doing a little bit better now. Westbound 94 is really where you're going to start to see some delays heading through the stadium interchange. Pretty typical stuff. And then we got eastbound backing up a bit from Mitchell Boulevard all the way to 35th Street. So basically bookends on either side of the wall there. We've also got some delays northbound on 4394 from Lincoln all the way up past Lapham. So something to keep in mind there. Other than that, so far we are looking at a pretty good ride. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast looks okay through the weekend. Today looks great. High of 58 under mostly sunny skies. Saturday's high 56 with some increasing clouds, perhaps some showers at night. And they keep a chance of showers in the forecast for Sunday with a high of 60 degrees. Right now at 46 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Best show opening the business for you at 8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We have unfinished business as we call to order this morning. Mike Spaulding in for Eric today.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yes. Let us all assemble. Greg Pancake Hill produces the program. Adam Roberts on news, and Debbie on the cars with you until 9 o'clock this morning. In Roberts' Rules of Order, unrelated to the aforementioned Adam Roberts, rules for parliamentary procedure have unfinished business. These are the items that have been carried over from the last meeting. From whence we last met, there's some things we didn't figure all the way through, and thus must be addressed today.
Point of order.
Thank you.
What is your point of order? The point of order is you're out of order. It's not on the agenda.
It is on the agenda today. Unfinished business. So I want to quickly rip through a number of stories that we covered at some length on the program Thursday and update all of them for you, including our alleged freeway shooter in Waukesha County, who has found yet another way to stall and delay in her continuing legal battle through multiple felony charges, accused of shooting up a car on the freeway. That was almost a year ago. It's going to be a year Thanksgiving week. I have an update on that story in a moment. First, though, I don't know. You're our boss, Mike.
It's growing on me.
Eric is off today. Eric has decided this should be the theme song for any Mitchell Park Domes coverage.
It's growing on me.
Steamy Windows. It's a good song.
I'd never heard the song before.
I didn't think it was about the domes.
Oh, I think it is. The arid dome.
Yeah, good.
The tropical dome,
yes, the
if
tropical
you would.
dome
Yes.
can.
A little steamy in there.
Steamy
Absolutely.
windows. All right, to the business. The measure discussed on Thursday's program to ultimately transfer control of the Mitchell Park Domes to the Friends of the Dome support group and chip in $30 million to create this reimagined Mitchell Park Conservatory that did pass unanimously by the Milwaukee County Board.
What this is the county officially taking the position saying, yes, we want to save the domes. Yes, we want to do it in partnership with Friends of the Domes, and we see that this is a viable path forward.
That's the executive director of Friends of the Domes, Krista Beal Diefenbach. She was on Wisconsin's Morning News ahead of the meeting Thursday, told us yes. Said her hope was that this would pass the county board and move on to its next steps. So that plan, $124 million in all, moves forward. Is that then?
Yeah.
We have been talking about the domes for how long? 10 years minimum.
10 years. And we've gone through, almost any iteration of changing things, fixing things, doing whatever, and it never got off the ground. There'd always be the big campaign launch or the announcement.
Here's what we're going to do.
And then nothing.
Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have a blue ribbon commission that's going to study this, and we'll do that, and they bring out the studies, and we talk about the plans, and we have the hearings, and it just never, ever, ever got to the point that we are now. So I am hopeful, regardless of what you feel about the plan, that there is some plan in place now, and that this is how we move forward on the domes.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea. It's a comprehensive overhaul, which I think is the right move. Simply paying $60 million to fix the glass or the concrete probably wasn't going to cut it, but a real reimagination of the space, I think, is what was needed all along.
And my favorite part about it is it's public-private partnerships,
Yep.
so you're going to have a lot of private. The bulk of this will end up being people who want to donate to this, if that's important to you, and then private investment as well.
Point of order.
Point of order. Other unfinished business this morning. We were right. Given the riddle that we solved collectively, you're involved in this. Folks who listen, we solved this riddle on Wisconsin's Morning News about that major concert announcement at American Family Field. I don't have a better cut. This is like the best I could find of these guys singing together on the internets.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a sentimental moment that you just wanted to keep playing.
It is, in fact, Billy Joel and Sting. The riddle that I was given by a source. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member. So I had reached out. We knew at American Family Field that the Brewers were going to announce a major concert announcement. And I reached out to a couple people. I'm like, tell me who it is ahead of time. I want to tell folks before the news conference. And I didn't get that, but I got that riddle. And folks started to put it together. And indeed, the show coming to American Family Field April 26th of next year. Tickets go on sale to the general public week from today. Does this qualify as a major concert announcement?
I think it does. My parents are in Illinois, and my mom texted me and asked about it because she heard about it, and they're obviously very interested in going to see this show. So I think it is. Anytime you're getting a concert or a major event at American Family Field, I think is a ginormous deal. I mean, we'll do the news stories leading up to it. How are people going to park? What's the backup on the freeway going to look like? This, that, and the other thing. So, yeah, I think so.
Could be a regional draw for this show as well. So you'd have folks staying in town, going out to eat, doing all the things.
Yes.
And the economic impact, Mike.
And it's the biggest of their shows as far as, venues go. It's the only ballpark the two are going to be playing during this concert. And I think it hits the right demographic of people who are going to make an evening of it. You're not having a K-pop band where it's a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds who are going to get dropped off, go into the concert, walk back out. This is going to... Yeah, maybe spend the night or something along those lines. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's that story. And I got one more for you here. Back to our alleged freeway shooter. Not at all surprised by this outcome, but Rosita Sims has found a way yet to kick the can down the road and delay even a trial, if not a conviction and a sentencing. And this is what happens. And this is why I've chosen to pick this one instance to illustrate the larger point. We have been following for a year now. It's been literally almost a full year. The case in Waukesha County Court of an alleged freeway shooter who once again appears to have found a way to manipulate the legal system and remain free on bail despite the serious charges against her. It was Thanksgiving week, a couple of days before Thanksgiving, a year ago. Debbie was on the air. We had this major traffic incident. We had authorities shutting down the eastbound lanes of I-94. What was happening? Well, turns out somebody shot up a car on the freeway during the morning rush. Rosita Sims was later arrested. She was accused of pulling a gun with her child in the car and during a road rage moment firing off shots at another vehicle as they were driving eastbound toward the zoo interchange just before they got there. Now, nobody was hurt, but this is the woman, Rosita Sims, now 28 years old, who, according to the criminal complaint, uttered the infamous phrase, "I got three go-tos, a gun, a knife, or mace." That's what she told the cops. Wanted to know, hey, what gives? Did you maybe fire off this gun on the freeway? Yeah, I got three go-tos. And apparently the gun was the weapon of choice in that particular instance. This happened a year ago. She has changed lawyers. She's challenged competency, host of stalls and delays, all the while out on bail, charged with multiple felonies. She was in court Thursday for what was listed, and if you were listening, you know, we put this on your radar, plea and sentencing hearing, suggesting that finally there would be a conviction of some kind. And then that sentence that would follow, some sort of deal made between the prosecutor and her attorney. Well, instead, reading through the court records, Sims once again appears to be trying to argue that she might not be competent to stand trial, and her attorney is withdrawing from the case. So no plea deal, no sentence, another delay, another stall, and Sims is now requesting time to yet again find another lawyer. And the court has granted her that. So we kick the can down the road again on this case. A woman alleged to be a dangerous enough person to pull a gun with her kid in the car on the freeway and start firing off shots. Still out, still stalling, and due once again in court later this month. 8:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News. You remember that, Deb, right?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Freeway shut down, and we're like, oh, you know what this looks like? It looks like a shooting.
Yep. I remember that. Right now, we've got a pretty quiet ride around the area. We got southbound 43 backing up just a bit from before Hampton down to Capitol. On 4394 northbound, we've got a little bit of a backup from before Lincoln up to Lapham Boulevard. Rest of the system looking pretty good, even through the stadium interchange on 94 east and west. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The only place to get this.
He will hand up to Giannis. Look out below. Oh, hide the women and children.
With a little bit of this.
I don't understand how that is an issue.
Do you need me to call Torian Prince so he can explain how you rebound?
I mean,
get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show with Justin Garcia and Brandon Snide. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. At a member, new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
This morning, with control of the House still in question, President-elect Trump making a historic announcement, the first woman ever to serve as White House Chief of Staff. ABC's Rachel Scott.
President-elect Donald Trump announcing the first member of his administration, selecting his campaign manager, Susie Wiles, for the powerful role of White House Chief of Staff.
Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The ice baby, we call her the ice baby.
Wiles, one of Trump's most trusted advisors.
Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background.
Trump calling Wiles tough, smart, innovative, universally admired and respected, noting that she will also become the first woman ever to serve as White House Chief of Staff.
Now, what we don't know still this morning, though, is what type of Congress the president-elect will have. Republicans have the majority in the Senate. They've secured that through the margin of control, though still undetermined in that body. And then who controls the House, still an open question this morning. Joined live now by ABC News and 538 analyst Nathaniel Rakich from Washington. Thanks for the time, Nathaniel. Let's do the Senate first. We know Republicans have locked up, is it 53 seats and a couple yet to be decided?
It's 52 seats so far, yeah, and Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada are the ones that are still up in the air. But yeah, there's a big difference between 52 Republican seats, which, they might not be able to pass some things if they get a couple of defections from more moderate senators, and 55 seats, which I think would be a pretty safe majority.
Do we have an idea of which is leaning where at this point?
Yeah, so right now Republicans are leading in Pennsylvania, and the Associated Press has actually called that race for the Republicans, but we at ABC News aren't reporting a projection quite yet, so we're not quite sure that one is done. But then in Arizona and Nevada, the Democrat is leading in the count in both of those, and so if that holds, we would be looking at a 53-47 Senate.
And Nathaniel, we in Wisconsin are usually expecting to go late into the night or early into the morning without knowing all of our results. But it just seems like Friday after a Tuesday election is a really, really long time. Do we know what the issue is? Is this just what typically happens every year, or is it slower than normal?
Yeah, so in Nevada and Arizona, it is pretty typical. Those are two states that vote predominantly by mail, and it just takes longer to count mail ballots. You have to not only run them through the machines, but you have to, in order to get them to that point, you have to take them out of the envelopes. You have to check the signatures on the envelopes to make sure that they match the voter's signature, and then, stick them through the machine. So that takes a while. That's par for the course in those states. In Pennsylvania, it's simply because the race is so close, right? There are always ballots that get counted at the last minute in every state, provisional ballots, overseas military absentee ballots. Those always get added to the count at the end, and they only can matter really in these very, very tight races like in Pennsylvania.
So I guess we shouldn't complain here in Milwaukee when our vote totals didn't come in until about 4 a.m. this time around.
Yeah, exactly. It would be nicer for our sleep schedules if they would do it earlier, but you guys don't have the worst of it.
Talking with Nathaniel Rakich, senior elections analyst at ABC News and 538. He is live with us from Washington this morning. So let's shift over to the House. Nathaniel, you need 218 to have the slimmest of majorities. Looks like Republicans at 208 is what I'm seeing. 25 seats still outstanding.
We have him at 212, so a little bit closer.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Update for you live on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Exactly. There you go. So yes, they're closing in on that magic number, but they're not there yet. Democrats could run the table in the remaining districts, and kind of run in there at the last minute, grab it under the wire. But yeah, I would rather be Republicans at this point. But I think the upshot is that they aren't going to gain a significant number of seats if they gain any. And so I think we're looking at another very narrow House majority, which, of course, could be a recipe for chaos, as we've seen in the last 2 years.
And for these nearly 24 seats or so that are still up, are we looking at the same places, Nevada, Arizona?
Arizona for sure. All of Nevada's districts in the House are counted, but the big hang-up in the House is actually California, which is another of those vote-by-mail states, and obviously it's so huge. There are, I think, something like 8 districts that are still unprojected there alone, and so those are I think the places to watch.
Nathaniel Rakich is senior elections analyst at ABC News and 538. He was live with us from Washington this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, so even I think to his point about the House, Republicans will look to have a few seats in a 100-seat body is a big deal in the Senate. A few seats in a 435-member body, as it may ultimately play out to be for the Republicans. That's a far more tenuous majority. Although they've been operating under the slimmest of majorities for this last congressional session anyway.
And you saw not a lot of work get done.
That is fair. 8:28 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas, also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Visit 1-800-SPASale.com.
This is the sound of footsteps down a hallway. Doesn't sound like much, but to those facing a complex condition, it's the path from one appointment to the next. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Flooring, carpeting, bath, or kitchen remodeling. Adair is the name Milwaukee has trusted for 65 years. This is Rob Adair. Ready to remodel? Give us a call, 761-3660. Get personal care from Adair, South 27th in Franklin.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus.
Where the heck is everybody?
Hassellus mattress showrooms are employee-free. Test your Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, or Serta Perfect Sleeper without salespeople breathing down your neck.
Okay.
That means we can sell for way less. Our 43 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
Yes, but...
And through Monday, get an extra $248 credit just for shopping local.
I just have one question.
What's that?
Where the heck is everybody?
Find an employee-free showroom near you at hassellus.com.
Did your home suffer damage from a storm or severe weather? Don't stress any longer. Loyal Family Renovations treats all of its customers like they've joined their personal family, and every project as if the work was being done at their own house. Loyal Family Renovations has a leg up on the competition due to the personal relationships they've built with insurance adjusters over the years. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to get your free home inspection. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, or bloating, then your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver to detox your body all year long without any major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at AdventKnows.com.
8:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Friday, November 8th, our top story. Quick action avoids catastrophe in Kenosha.
I'm Mike Spaulding, a Buck star still searching for answers.
I'm Debbie Loziga, southbound on 43, backing up just a bit south of Hampton down to Capitol Drive, and that is it for our delays right now. We're not seeing really anything else up on the board. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, high of 58 degrees today under mostly sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-30s. Inland, a little bit warmer on the lakeshore. Right now, Milwaukee at 46. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, school shooting prevented in Kenosha. 13-year-old Mahone Middle School student tried to enter Roosevelt Elementary School just after 9 a.m. on Thursday. According to authorities, the student entered the first door of that school's main entrance carrying what they thought was a suspicious bag. Police believe it contained a rifle. Staff questioned the student and observed nervous behavior. He took off. Thanks to tips from the community, police arrested that student after 2 p.m. Kenosha Police Chief Patrick Patton.
We can confirm that we received at least one video depicting the suspect holding what we believe is a firearm. We also have information that the suspect performed multiple internet searches related to school shootings prior to the incident.
The school is placed on a secure hold during that investigation, with police at all county schools during dismissal.
A father charged with assaulting a Milwaukee public school teacher making his first court appearance. Eddie Caldwell is charged with felony battery to a school district officer and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. According to the criminal complaint, Caldwell struck a teacher several times in the head in front of her students back on October 29th. That had played out at Bruce Elementary School. Caldwell also allegedly threatened the teacher and pushed her against a wall. Teacher telling police she recognized Caldwell as the father of one of her students.
It was a murder-suicide in McWanago. The Waukesha County Medical Examiner's Office finding that both 45-year-old Vito Schwartz and 43-year-old Michelle Brown died from a gunshot wound. They concluded that Schwartz was murdered and Brown died by suicide. McWanago police arrived at the home just before 4 o'clock on November 1st. They found both dead. The investigation is ongoing.
Just in time for the holiday season, higher electricity bills are coming to We Energy's customers. The Wisconsin Public Service Commission approving a rate increase that's slightly lower than what the utility company had originally sought. They say that you can expect a typical bill to go up by $8 or $9 per month next year, and between $9 and $10 a year later. We Energies had originally sought a rate hike that would amount to about $12 more per month. The decision came after months of pushback from consumer advocates like the Citizens Utility Board.
Buck star Bobby Port is still searching for his belongings after home invasion last weekend.
I am now offering a $40K cash reward for any information or tips that leads to the return of my stolen items. You can stay anonymous and still receive the cash reward. Love.
Two men seen on a security camera in Portis' house while he was at Fiserv Forum during the Bucs home game against Cleveland Saturday. Milwaukee police have not said whether they have anyone in custody.
Wisconsin's deer population is healthy once again thanks to a recovery period following a harsh winter 2 years ago. So what about hunting predictions this season? Milwaukee Journal Sentinel Outdoors editor Paul Smith telling WTMJ that the DNR is using a gauge called the Winter Severity Index.
It's basically based on snow depth and temperature. You accumulate points when the snow is deeper and when the temperature's colder. Last year was the lowest they'd ever recorded since they started doing this system.
Smith says winters across southeast Wisconsin tend to be easier for deer to handle than those up north. Gun deer season does open up later this month.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The opening bell and the Dow is rising at 43,793. That's up 64 points on the day. The S&P 500 is up 8 to 59.81, and the NASDAQ at 19,275. That's up just about 6 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
I still don't know why Frank is out, but we did find out who Frank is. That story next.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
SemperFiRoofing.com.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
.37 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Vince Vitrano, Mike Spaulding with you here this morning. You had a very interesting story, and we have a follow-up.
Schoolie McSchoolface axed. That's the headline in the Cap Times. What's it related to? Well, it's related to the ongoing efforts by the Madison School District to rename an elementary school. The school, formerly known as Frank Alice, has been using a temporary name, Southside, since students moved into a new building last year. That naming process has been put on pause for a year as the district looked for a new superintendent. To date, the district says it received 175 name proposals from the community. That is a record for a renaming process. That's
see, here's where you went wrong. You don't open that up to, to a process of any kind.
It's going to go poorly.
Right, because you're going to get what you're about to tell us.
And actually, in this instance, it didn't go poorly. It went funny, cleverly, I think. I don't know if poorly's the word. Anyway, last week, the renaming committee announced some of the names and announced at the same time they are removing some of the proposed names. The removed names, Schoolie McSchoolface. Sorry about you. Schoolie McSchoolerson.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one.
And Big Chungus Elementary.
That's the winner.
Saying that the proposals did not fit within the district's naming criteria. Under school board policy, district schools must be named after a prominent national or local figure who is deceased. Schools may also be named after a locally significant place, geographical site, or, quote, broadly respected civic virtue. The name that is on top right now is Lori Mann Carey. She was an activist and a former leader in the Madison community who passed away in 2020. So Frank Alice was the initial name of this building before they got a new one.
And I said, what happened to Frank?
And we found out.
Well, I still don't know the answer to why we don't want Frank Alice anymore. But Frank Alice, this is according to the website mymonona.com. I hope they were trying to be funny about it. I really do. It doesn't seem like it. Seems like a historic site, but they might have stumbled on one there. My Monona. According to this website, nonetheless, Frank Alice was the son of the founder of Alice Chalmers, a farm machinery company in Milwaukee, well, now West Allis. A gentleman farmer with an extensive agricultural operation in historic Blooming Grove Township, he chose a lakeside setting on which to build his manor house. With its large column porch overlooking Lake Monona and acres of shady lawn and garden, including 1,500 feet of shoreline in a 14-room, 2-story wood-sided house.
I've also been trying to do a little bit of research on
Seems
why.
Like a good guy.
Seems like a good guy. There's the Alice Chalmers Museum right here in Milwaukee.
Yes. So I don't know why Frank is out in Madison.
I think, doing my little bit of research here, I think it has less to do with who Frank Alice was and actually what was going on with the school. It seems like they are looking for a fresh start, the district is, according to this Cap Times article.
Okay.
The previous principal and assistant principal were both removed from their positions last month after the district launched an investigation into their leadership. Staff members and families allege the two leaders created what they're calling a toxic work and learning environment. However, other employees and students at the school have defended administrators in recent school board meetings. So a lot going on there.
Sounds like they got more to worry about than what to call the place.
That's why they've been...
right. But don't worry, the Blue Ribbon Commission is on top of that. We got 150 names, among them Schoolie McSchoolerson. That's your problem?
An 11-person committee naming a school. What do you think the discussions are like for an 11-person committee deciding, do we want to name this Monona Terrace Elementary School or do we want to name it Bucky Badger Elementary School? We'll open it up
was
to
that
the
one
floor.
of the suggestions?
No,
That's
it was
nice.
not.
Oh.
No, it was not. There were a few in here that I think would probably work, although this the Lori Mann Carey was the number one here. There was also
whenever they put it up to like a binding referendum, like whenever it's whatever you pick, internet, that's what we'll have. That's where you get Bodie McBoatface and Schoolie McSchoolface and whatever.
We should put a tracker on this. What happens first? This school gets named, or the Milwaukee flag gets approved.
Ooh, good one.
It does seem like they're really in a hurry here to get Frank out.
Sorry, Frank. Sorry about you.
8:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Big Chungus, that would have been
Big
pretty funny
Chungus.
too. I know a couple
Big
couple of
Chungus
kids
National
in my
Park.
house that
Didn't
would
you,
find that
you
very
ever heard
funny.
of it? Come on, man. All right, we've got actually a great ride shaping up. No delays around the area that I can see. If there's anything out there, there's just disabled vehicles that are out of traffic and not really affecting your ride. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
After a long week, enjoy a cocktail and great fish fry at the award-winning Fox and Hound Supper Club. All other dinners are buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. WTMJ's John Mercure here with the fall colors here. The drive through the Connemara Forest to the Fox and Hounds is magical. I mean, it's super special. Enjoy a tender steak, beef short ribs, pasta dishes, seafood, even the steak and lobster. Prime rib on Saturdays. Your second dinner is free. Desserts and ice cream drinks. This is a special treat. Buy one, get one free. Relax with an old-fashioned, a bourbon, a Manhattan. Choose from 100 wines, ice-cold beer. And check it out in one of their 8 unique dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive for your free dinner and witness the breathtaking fall colors. The Friday, all you care to eat fish fry is one of the best. And the Sunday brunch is magnificent. All you can eat for kids, grandkids under 3, eat for free. Escape from your kitchen tonight. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Al Leidinger, president of Matheson Manufacturing, needed better document imaging technology rather badly. Then came a James Imaging Systems sales representative to the rescue.
Tammy Oliver actually walked in the door one day and introduced herself and showed us the new features that the Toshiba had compared to our old copier. So we ended up signing up with them.
Now, after the sale, is your James Imaging Systems sales rep's customer service meeting your expectations?
Yes, she still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better support, amazing people.
There's a true personal relationship, and we've been very happy with them.
Less than happy with your current document imaging vendor? Make the switch to James Imaging Systems. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. For convenient car shopping and financing, visit Heiser Automotive Group at one of their 4 locations: Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Or visit Heiser.com, because today's your day.
At 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News. It is Friday. We had a long week. We had election on Tuesday. Seems like 3 weeks ago. Fallout from the election on
Time
Wednesday.
change.
Right? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We fell back for the weekend. A lot of things happening. We stuffed a lot into the show this week, into the show rundowns. But there are always some things that don't quite make it. So we asked producer of the program, Greg Pancake Hill, to whip up a little something with the leftovers in what we call the Pancake Breakfast Special.
What about breakfast?
We've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
Speaking of Stevie Windows, do you ever wake up with joint pain?
They're about to have joint pain. As we've talked about in the news, North Korean soldiers are currently in Russia. Not necessarily funny, but the setting is very important. North Korean soldiers in Russia. So you may or may not know, North Korea has their material under heavy government control. When I say material, I mean everything. It's a different place over there. That is not, of course, excluding the internet. Only local websites can be reached, and that's pretty much it. So, North Korean soldiers in a different country, kind of hanging around. I'm assuming they have a lot of downtime. Well, according to a report, and granted, this is a singular report, but we all took it for what it was worth. These North Korean soldiers are reportedly, and this is the only time I'm going to use this term, gorging on pornography because there's nothing else to do when you're a man in your 20s and 30s with absolutely no self-control. But hey, they are indeed human. So hang with me here, Ken. You say, what in the world are you talking about? Just hang with me. These men are experiencing something in their life for the first time that is more than readily accessible on demand here in the United States. More than we thought, apparently, because according to adult website analytics, their search results on The Hub went up 7% nationwide after the U.S. election. South Carolina, the biggest contributor to that. So you can take that stat for what it's worth. But think about it, the last time you truly remember experiencing something for the first time, like riding a bike with 2 wheels, right? Or like having a crush for the first time, right? That pit in your stomach, you know, you can't really ever replicate that first crush that you feel.
Have you ever stared into his eyes? It was like the first time I heard the Beatles.
So right? Exactly. So for me personally, like I kind of was trying to think, like, what do I have that I remember that I wish I could experience for the first time? It might be a little niche. The first time I saw the opening scene of The Dark Knight.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Man, when he takes off the mask, that movie's crazy. That opening scene is unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, I would love to experience it again for the first time, not knowing what's gonna happen. So, am I alone here? Like, are there moments in your life that you remember that you cannot replicate the first time? Maybe you heard a song and it was like, ah, man, that was incredible, and you replay it a few times, which is fine, but it's not like the first time that you heard it or first time that you experienced something.
Wait, are we supposed to stick with the theme, or
you do not have to?
I don't think I want to talk
You do
about
not have
that.
to. Nothing? Am I really out here alone?
No, there's the first time. You mentioned riding a bike. Like,
Right.
remember the freedom that gave you? Like, I can do this. I'm riding this bike and I'm going wherever I want.
And the feeling you have of, like, I did it. Like,
Yes.
after failing and, like, that one, like, it's kind of in your stomach, right? You feel it in your heart. Like,
I'll
yes.
go with riding a bike.
Okay, riding a bike. We got it. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Sort of sticking with the theme.
All right,
Careful with me. The advent of YouTube.
Okay.
I remember I was in high school and, a thing was circulating. No one really had cell phones all that much back then. And it was a clip that was going live. I think it was the I Like Turtles kid.
Oh, sure.
And everyone was talking about it. And it's like, oh, no, I missed that part on the news. And realizing it doesn't matter that you missed it on the news. Because there's this website you can go to, and you can watch it over and over and over again.
Exactly. That's a good pull, Mike.
By the way,
that's perfect.
You can also listen to any song, really, that you ever wanted.
Right.
Over and over and over again. And I remember sitting in my buddy's living room, just like wide-eyed on what do you mean we can watch anything on demand? NFL hard hits. Done.
That's
it's right
now.
there for you.
Yeah,
all
and
those
it's
things.
all
So the
available.
advent of YouTube
You don't have to
was
wait
the
for
last
the tape from Sports Illustrated to
Exactly. The NFL Films doesn't need to happen. So, yeah, the advent of YouTube and the first time logging onto it was a real eye-opener.
Debbie, I don't mean to profile, but, like, first time went to Disney World, was that, like, anything you've ever experienced before?
No, nothing like I'd ever do.
Do you have any other example?
That's pretty much the one I was going to say.
Okay. So I didn't want to be so off base. But, yes, like, again, as someone in your middle of your adult life, right? Like, you buy a house, cool. Maybe you have a child. You watch your friends grow into their roles. But it's not a lot of opportunities to get the first-time experience of something. But, however, and maybe, like in the case of the North Korean soldiers, unfiltered, unprecedented access to one thing that we are used to that they are not, love and something that we love and also hate, the internet. Know what I mean?
I do.
He stole my line. There you go. Who tells the producer he can't do a segment?
It's true.
Usually it's him and their Deb telling us, hey, I wouldn't talk about that.
Well, when you're chief of staff.
Well,
It's really
that's right.
it's a sweet story about
It is.
Yes.
discovery for the first time.
Discovery.
Yes.
Vince, you remember the first time you saw the moon, right?
Saw the moon?
I'm surprised you didn't go on that. You love space.
First time I saw the moon?
Yeah,
Who remembers
like the astronauts when they
Oh,
were on
you
the
mean
moon,
the
like that,
landing, moon
the
landing.
lunar landing.
Oh,
Like you
okay.
remember, you're watching it on
wasn't
TV.
live
First time
then.
you saw the
Leave me
moon.
a
First
beat.
time you breathed air. Do you remember that? I don't know.
Do the traffic, Deb.
All right, we got
Get me out of this.
Good ride shaping up around the area. Really no delays or anything to slow you down. Just watch yourself on some of those interchanges. Eastbound on 94 might have a quick tap of the brakes right in the stadium. But other than that, looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi.
As an elderly man, he certainly showed Joe Biden how it should be done. He was out on the campaign trail constantly. He grew his base, which I did not think was possible.
Hearing from political experts from across Wisconsin and beyond.
He picked up counties last night that he hadn't won before. He far exceeded his performance with Latinos in either of the two previous races.
Weekdays from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin here with this last day of the offer. Got to get it done today. This is the deal that we've been talking about. It's Gina Della's birthday. It's right around the corner, and Gina is proud to share with us that she is turning 60 years old this year. And in honor of that, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is offering 0% on your financing for 60 months if you make a deal by today. Minimum order of $3,500 from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and it's 0% interest on your financing for up to 60 months. So many options and choices for you, whether it's windows, new exterior door, patio door, sliding door. Help us celebrate 0 for 60 with Gina's 60th. 0% interest on your financing of up to $3,500, a minimum order for 60 months. Hold your appointment today. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. I have a question for you business owners. What does your CPA do for you? We have signed on several new business clients who told us the same story. Does this sound like you? You can never get a hold of your CPA. Phone calls are not returned and questions are never answered. You don't get any advice to help you run your business. Not at the Neal Group. We usually return phone calls and emails the same day. We are advocates and partners with our clients to help them grow, not just record history. Do you want to grow your business, improve cash flow, have less stress, and live a better life? We can help. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net to book a meeting to tell us your story and see if we can help. The first meeting is free. Don't wait, do it now. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Mostly sunny and mild today, high 58. Nice looking day. 36 degrees, your low temperature overnight. A little bit warmer if you're by Lake Michigan. And for the weekend, Saturday's high 56 degrees. We'll see more clouds and some showers possible at night. And then for Sunday, looks like Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore is leaving a chance for showers in the forecast for Sunday. Mostly sunny and a high of 60. Right now it's 46 degrees in Milwaukee. I remember the first day of the internet story. Now I'm a little bit older than you, Mike.
You mean the actual internet?
Right, the internet itself, not just YouTube. I was in college, freshman year, up near Green Bay, so I'm at St. Norbert in De Pere, and we're all watching the Packer game. And this was before you had games on Thursday night and Sunday night, this bing, 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 all these different games, all these different times. You played at noon on Sunday. Pretty much. The Packers were not even in Monday Night Football territory at that point. So noon game Sunday, we're all up in one buddy's room. This guy from across the hall, he comes in at halftime, and he's got like a stack of papers, and he starts handing them out. Hands it to each of us. What's this? He goes, stats. That's how he talked. That's Eddie Chenard from Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
Eddie. Yeah.
Stats. Like, stats of what? Stats from the game. What game? This game. What game? The game we're watching. What do you mean stats? You look down, it's got Favre was 10 for 23 passing, X number of yards. This guy running back, that defense stat. And sure enough, it was stats. And we look back at Eddie. We're like, where did you get this? He's like, on the computer. What computer? My computer in there. Like, how did they get on your computer? I don't understand. Yeah. He said, well, I've got a modem. I said, what's a modem? He goes, well, you plug it into the phone line, and the modem connects to what? What do you mean connects? I got Prodigy. What the hell is Prodigy? What is going on?
Yeah.
The internet.
And here we are now, today.
You can watch Big Chungus or whatever you want on the internet.
Yeah, I largely blame the internet actually for our sense of wonderment being gone. Because if you wanted to, I could type in anything I want online and find a result of some sort. So, nothing is impossible anymore, and I feel like the impossibility feeling is what you had there when some guy said stats.
Stats from what? The game. What game? This game. What game? The game you're watching. Couldn't believe it.
No.
The world changed forever. 8:57, WTMJ's Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi. Up next.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Molson Coors Beverage Company takes a majority share in an